Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the live streaming coverage of the PABCON Adult Championships from Sunset Station in suburban Las Vegas. Lucas Wiseman and Jason Overstreet with you as we get started with the women's doubles event. Men's doubles are completed. Earlier today, Bill O'Neill and Tommy Jones of the United States took the gold medal. John Janowitz and Steve Smith of the United States took the silver. Alberto Lozano and Alejandro Reina of Costa Rica earned the bronze. The other Team USA pairing of Marshall Kent and Patrick Allen finished fourth, missing out on a medal by just 24 pins. So the U.S. just 24 pins away from the sweep after the Costa Ricans shot .501 in the final game. But we are underway now with the women's doubles event. We do have a remote camera down there on a couple of the Team USA pairs. They just happen to start right in front of where we set up those cameras. Shannon Plahowski, who won the silver medal in the singles event yesterday, starts things off with a 7-pin. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. We hope that you will post on Facebook and Twitter and let everybody know that you're watching live bowling here on Bowl TV. You can click the share button right below the video you're watching and spread the word on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And I will also do the same. Head over to our Facebook page for USBC and post an update. And let everybody know that we are on the air with the women's doubles.
We have Colombia in front of us on our featured pairs as well, here to start things off. Colombia likely to be in contention for medals. The Clara Guerrero, Paola Gomez tandem on right now. Team Mexico sharing the pairs with Team USA.
So the Team USA pairings are Deandra Asbady, Leanne Holsenberg, Josie Ernest and Stephanie Nation, Liz Johnson and Shannon Plahowski, all bowling together.
Look at Josie. Kicks out the 10-pin.
Jason, what do you think about the Team USA shorts they're wearing today?
It's a different look. It's
kind of cool.
You always have to be careful commenting on the fashion. So, in general, my opinion, always of the women's competition is that they all look ravishing.
Stephanie said that they went across the street to the Dillards and they all needed some shorts to wear for the competition and found some that they all liked, and they're very patriotic. Give them that. But Stephanie's got pretty good ball reaction just watching that one shot. Looks pretty good.
At least it will be easy to identify when they're on camera.
That's true. So for those of you just tuning in, the format is the same as it was for the men this morning. 6 games total pinfall to determine the medalists. And I'm not sure if they're going to have the medal ceremony tonight or tomorrow. Jason, have you heard?
I have not.
Okay, see if we can find out. I would guess they might have it tomorrow, but I don't know if they have leagues coming in tonight or not.
Jana Bluchowski. Clara Guerrero getting started with a double. It's Maria Rodriguez. She's teamed up with Rocio Restrepo, another Colombian team that you would expect to do well.
Just talked to Neil Stremmel. He said that the doubles medal ceremony is going to be tomorrow after the trios event.
Paola Gomez. A little bit wide right. Rocio. Stephanie Nation. Excuse me, that was Josie.
It's kind of hard to tell when you're so far away, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, they look, if I'm not paying attention, I don't see, Steph has a little distinct thing she does in her setup. If I don't see that, they're pay attention to that hair length. Steph's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, Steph is number 85, if that helps you. And
if you're just joining us, you haven't missed too much. We're just in game number 1 of the women's doubles. Quavo Bowl 6, and it is the total pinfall that takes the medals. We've been reminding folks throughout our coverage there is no match play or step ladder at the conclusion of the 6 games here at the PABCON Championships. But that has not prevented us from seeing some drama. Yes, Lucas.
that's right. Yeah, down here with John Janowitz. And John, the scores in the first game this morning on the guys' side seemed to be pretty low, a little bit lower than I would have thought. Do you think that we'll see the same thing on the women's field this game?
Actually, I think they'll probably be a little on the higher side, personally. I think that you got a little bit of hold built into the pattern, and also the back ends are a little bit crisper. So I think that'll help the women's carry a little bit more than anything else. I think probably where it might get a little tricky is start getting into game 2, game 3, where that a little bit of oil starts moving down the lane, the ball starts burning up in the front a little bit more, and you have to start to move, kind of moving that next zone in. I think that's where getting the ball to strike will be a little bit more of a challenge. My personal opinion. I think they'll probably be okay right now.
You and Steve got the silver in the doubles today. A little bit of a kind of up and down day, I guess. You had a little bit of a rough start, but able to get it going. What was the key for you guys getting to the silver today?
Well, Steve was pretty much lined up from ball one, so I pretty much rode him the whole way. I didn't see the picture the right way and tried to cross too many boards, and ball speed was wrong. I mean, the fact that I played the wrong part of the lane and wrong ball, and the fact that my ball speed was wrong. I mean, other than that, everything else was great. But I learned a lot though today. Like I said, I got some good help from Tommy and the coaches. Kind of got me pointed in the right direction. I had a good finish. So like I said, I'm looking forward to much better things come tomorrow for the trios.
Did you guys realize how close it was at the end, where Steve actually needed a double to get the silver?
Honestly, I had no clue. I had absolutely no clue. I just knew I was just trying to get every stick I could, and I didn't even realize we were. Honestly, I didn't even realize we were in medal contention. Going into the last game. So I was just trying to get as much as you can, and all you can do is hope for the best.
You don't really watch the scoreboard when you're bowling?
Not really. Sometimes I tend to get a little too much stuff going on in my head anyway, and I don't need any more distractions. I think, like I said, I definitely get a little bit of a mental log jam at times. So I try to at least keep that parkway open as far as not watching too much of the score. I leave that to the coaches when it comes to the PABCON international competition.
We got to see your medal ceremony a little while ago. What was that like for you to stand up there and hear the national anthem?
I tell you, it's no better feeling in the world there. Just be able to hear the national anthem. To be able to represent Team USA, to get another gold for the team. I mean, to me, that's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's no better feeling.
John Janowitz, thank you very much. Enjoy watching the girls, and hope you find some more cupcakes.
I'm working on that actually, Lucas. So actually, I've got something for you here in a little while. Here, I'm actually going to bust it out probably in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll be hunting you down in a little bit.
Oh no, it sounds like we might have to do a live presentation on Bowl TV.
All right,
that may be a possibility. So
thanks, JJ.
Team USA's John Janowitz with a surprise for Lucas Wiseman.
Look out!
If that's not a reason to stick around.
Yeah, surprises from John Janowitz usually equal 20 or 30 extra minutes on the treadmill, because it's usually of a not so good for you variety, a cupcake or a cookie or a.
Janowitz likes to make food, and he's pretty good at it. It's often creative and something worth talking about. So who knows what he's got in store? Although he doesn't exactly have access to much in the way of cooking facilities here, so I wonder what he's got in mind.
He might have a car, and he might be skipping out of here to go get some good stuff. He knows where all the good sweets are in this place.
Nice shot there from Stephanie Nation.
That got Steve Smith now, Team USA member. And as John Janowitz said, you were lined up from ball one today. You really whacked him. What was the key to your success on the long pattern today?
It was just matching up with the long. JJ and I talked about it a lot while we're bowling, even during the practice session. We figured out where we should have been, and it actually almost came true today, where you have to be there in that certain spot. So, I mean, it wasn't like yesterday, the short. I was kind of lost in the second game, but today I was a lot more lined up, and JJ told me I had to hold him up today. That's what he told me.
Well, congratulations again on the silver. And did you? I asked JJ, he didn't know, but did you have any idea what you needed in the last frame to stay ahead of Costa Rica?
I didn't know. I just figured JJ and I were trying to get closer to Tommy and Bill. So if we were close, we had a chance, but we had no idea where we at. I just when I threw the first one attempt, I just heard Tommy go, get the next one. And then I said, well, it must mean something. So I got the second one, and then ended up winning, getting the silver. So team effort.
What are your thoughts on trios tomorrow? Because it's going to be left lane long, right lane short for 6 games. A little bit of a challenge, you think, trying to keep your mind in the right place and figure out what ball you're going to throw in what part of the lane?
Yes, it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be you got to keep your mindset right. I had a little trouble with the short, but it actually worked out in the end, because now I can figure out if I don't have a good look toward the right, I can go to the certain ball, innovate, and then move a little bit left, and see what happens from there.
Great. Thanks, Steve. Enjoy watching the women.
Thanks.
Steve Smith, Team USA member. So we're in the 7th frame now. This first game of the women's doubles event. Don't see a whole lot of fireworks out here so far.
Maria Rodriguez has 4 in a row for Colombia, but her partner Rocio Restrepo is struggling. A couple of opens and now a split.
The Mexican duo of Zetter and Lomelli are bowling well.
Ooh, Rocio
so
making
far.
a nice run at that split. Quite getting it though. I'm sorry, Lucas, I interrupted you there.
Zetter and Lomelli from Mexico are off to a good start in this game, both in the 120s in the 6th frame, so Mexico could be establishing themselves early on here.
Take a look at Maria Rodriguez. Those of you that follow collegiate bowling may remember her from her time at Maryland Eastern Shore. That is 5 in a row for Maria. Back over to Josie Ernest. Good shot there. Liz Johnson.
Team USA should move right today, and should be at least one pair for each of the next 2 games that we can have Team USA on, I believe. We should have Leanne and Deandra for the next game, and then probably Liz and Shannon for game 3, I think. And then after that, we will not see them for the rest of the block, I believe.
Stephanie.
John Janowitz just delivered his treat, which was a chocolate-covered potato chip. And guess what, Jason? One is coming your direction.
Oh no! This is I've been.
You've been doing so good this week.
So diligent.
It's about to go downhill.
Why, thank you, John. Oh, I'm trying to go low carb. Thank you.
Did you reject it?
I took one.
Oh, okay, good. That's all I
Always
took. I
taste
took
it.
one. Very, very good, though. Never had a chocolate-covered potato chip before.
Yes, it is a challenging thing to spend a week working in a resort environment, and
Yeah, Jason and I eat the buffet all the time for lunch. As Jason just turned down the volume on his mic so he could crunch away on his but
don't give her away.
we get the buffet here and everything. It's hard to not eat everything, you know. So much good stuff to eat. Got to be careful.
I wonder how many carbs there are in a chocolate-covered potato chip.
I don't know. I'd be more worried about the calories. I can find out for you, though. I'm going to look on his box.
I'm not sure I really wanted to know.
Remember?
Well, for those of you who just are joining us, this is not the Food Network.
It looks like 23 carbs is your answer.
Oh, okay, great.
I don't know if that helps you or not.
We're in game one here of the women's doubles at the PABCON Championships, live from Las Vegas. Glad to have you with us on Bull TV. I'm Jason Overstreet. Lucas Wiseman also on the microphone, as we will be taking you through all 6 games today. Find out who takes home the medals. Maria Rodriguez strikes in the 8th. Check out next door, Clara Guerrero. Clara's got a good string running. I think she's got 4. I think that's 5 in a row for her. Paula's just at a 200 pace. Clara's been bowling quite well ahead of that, so they could put up a decent score here to start. Now, Lucas, are either the teams down there have starting to put up some nice numbers?
Not really.
No.
I mean, there's decent scores, but not really any big strings of strikes.
Team USA and Mexico both there. A couple of the Mexico has some good talent.
Yeah, Mexico's bowling really well. Zetter can strike out for 237, and Lamelli can strike out for 249. So they've got a good game going here. Team USA, nothing exceptional going on out here. Looks like Wilhowski and Johnson will probably not even get the plus, although it's not out of the wood yet. Josie Ernest is going to shoot 204. Stephanie Nation's max is 225, so just a little plus for them. Andres Beatty just left a split in the 9th, so she's not going to get to 200. And Leanne Holzenberg left a split in the 8th, and her max is still 256.
So Mariana Ayala, Puerto Rico. Back to Clara Guerrero, who has her streak end with that flat 10. That was an 8th frame shot for Clara. Over to Shannon Pluhowski.
First shot in the 10th there for Shannon. She has a max score now of 180.
That's not Shannon Pluhowski like. Stephanie throws a really nice shot. That 8-pin just wobbles.
And it was her first shot in the 10th, so max score for Ernest and Nation is now 408. Like I said, they're not really putting up any big scores down here, at least in terms of the American side. Azeret Zetter from Mexico, 2-2-2. Dos is her score. And for Ileana Lomeli, she just threw her 4th consecutive strike and can still get to 249 this game. So Mexico is putting together a good game and very well could be at the top of the leaderboard after game 1.
Now how high are they tracking again, Lucas?
They are going to be at, well, I can tell you for sure here because Ileana just missed on a second shot in the 10th. They're going to be at about 60 over. I don't know how the Colombians are doing down there.
Yeah,
you said Clara is striking.
Clara and Paula have a chance to be able to put up a good number too. They're a few frames behind. Go back over the 9th frame here for Gomez, and she's working on a strike, so this would help a lot. Nice one. So they're going to be in position to put up a solid score.
Yeah, Paola's max is 231, and Clara can shoot 258. So they can get to almost 90 over for the first game if they finish strong. But nobody really blown it out of the water here in game 1. Kind of what we saw on the men's side as well.
Did you get down far enough to see if the Marcanos are doing anything?
I have not seen them. Are they down on the low end or the high end?
I think they're on the low end. Well, maybe not. I see some Team Venezuela here on the high end, but I thought I saw Alicia walking down to the low end earlier.
Yeah, they're all the way down on 15. +8 for Ernest and Nation. Johnson and Pluhowski are going to be -17.
Spares in the 9th, so she can reach the 240s. Back over to Liz Johnson.
Karen Marcano can shoot 267. Alicia Marcano 192. Karen just struck second shot in the 10th. That'll put her in the 260s.
So we're just wrapping up game 1, still 5 to go. Looks like that nobody off to a sizzling hot start. Tenth frame for Paula Gomez as Colombia with Gomez and Guerrero. A decent chance to be as high as anyone, but that's ringing 10.
Mexico is definitely at 59 over. It's the highest that I've seen, with the exception of the possibility of the Marcano sisters, but I think that they could not quite get to 59.
Now Colombia should be higher than that. Well, could
What was
be
that?
higher than that. Depends on what Clara does in the 10th.
Oh, I got you. Deandra Beatty shot 196, and Leon Holsenberg 199. I think I gave a wrong score earlier for Leanne, but yeah, she shot 199, so they were minus 5. Some very loud noise just came from the pin deck. Not sure what it was, but didn't sound good over here.
So with that spare, Gomez can now shoot 210.
It's not a bad score from what I'm seeing across the house.
Clara can strike out for 247. Maria Rodriguez with a second strike in the 10th. She's going to put up a big game that Rocio did not.
Rowe only shot 159. Is that what I'm seeing?
That's correct.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, not much help on the count there for Paola. Just get 6, so 206. Maria goes for the nose on the fill and shoots 268. So a very nice game for Maria Rodriguez. So they'll be in the hunt despite Rocio's struggles.
See if Clara can finish it off here. Good shot.
With authority.
Yeah. 247 is what she can get to. That would give them a plus 53 after game 1.
Another good one.
Yeah,
from
that was a
Clara.
good one.
Great ball reaction.
I don't know what she left in the 8th and the 9th, but
She had
hard
a
to see her missing.
10 pin was one of them I saw. I'm not certain about both, but yeah, she's
Ball reaction's great.
she
from what I've
really
seen.
looked really good.
I've only seen a couple of shots, but looks about as good as any ball reaction I've seen in the building.
Clara finishes it off 247. So, plus 53 for Guerrero and Gomez.
It's not a bad start. If you remember, the best score that we saw in the men's division the first game, I believe, was plus 72.
So we've got some competition underway down on the low side. Is that
Dominican Republic.
Paula Vilas?
Yep. They always exciting. to
Always
watch.
energetic.
Yeah.
Paula Vilas.
She's got more energy than anybody I know. We're
I
gonna have
hope she bowls well. It's always fun when she's bowling well
Yeah.
on the live stream.
we're gonna have Deandra and Leanne on camera 1 for this next game. It looks like.
Paula and Ami Guerra together. They're certainly a team that can be in contention for a medal. Don't know what they did their first game, but no idea.
I guess I could start the live streaming cardio up again and do a walk across the bowling center and see what the scores are after this first game.
There's Deandra Asbeatty with a strike to open things up in game 2.
I have to find some new batteries while I'm at it because I'm running out. I'm running low again. I have to make a Walmart run this evening after we're done.
I told you so.
That's right. You were right. Well, I found some here in the bowling center, but they weren't sure if they were used or not because they put the old batteries in the same bag with the new batteries, which doesn't seem like a very good system to me. But hey, who can complain about free batteries?
Team USA's Leanne Holsenberg. And she gets off to a good start. Sharing the pair with Argentina are Asbeatty and Holsenberg. Just to their right, we have El Salvador. And over one, another El Salvador team with Guatemala. That's a rundown on.
Well, I got Ayala and Lopez from Puerto Rico at plus 19. Just gonna say who stands out at me here. Got Guatemala, Sofia Grande and her partner at plus 43. Sofia shot 246 the first game. I don't think we're going to have too many plus scores out there. That's my feeling. Plus 8 for Team USA's Erneston Nation. We mentioned that earlier. Of course, the plus 53 for Gomez and Guerrero. Got a plus 27 for Colombia's Rodriguez and Restrepo. One of the other Colombian duos is at, looks like plus 8. Almiguera and Paula Vilas are at minus 7. Minus 7.
All right, there's Ami. That's not good news for her. She's got a split to deal with in the second frame.
Joanne and Felicia from Canada are at plus 28. Jennifer Park and Isabel Rouault of Canada at plus 12. We got Caroline Lagrange and her partner at plus 49. Zetter and Lomili of Mexico at plus 59. Brazil at plus 15. Stephanie Martins on that Brazilian pair. The Marcanos are at plus 59. Plus 59 for the Marcanos.
That might be tops.
It's pretty close. Here's one plus 60 for Mexico. Sandy Gongora and Lilia Roble. Plus 60. Got Venezuela, Patricia De Faria. And I'm not sure who she's bowling with, but they are at plus 17. Plus 17. That's about all I see that is high scores for the first game. So I think about plus 60 is the high. Some quite a few, maybe 3 or 4 doubles teams in that 40 to 60 range. So that's your Game 1 scoring update, brought to you by MyBowlingVacation.com. Jason, can you tell us more about MyBowlingVacation.com?
MyBowlingVacation.com has a link right there at the top of the YouTube channel. There's tabs up at the top. My Bowling Vacation right next to USBCSportsStore.com, and we invite everyone to visit MyBowlingVacation.com for the best travel deals on hotel, car, and airfare to your top bowling tournament destination. Specials in Reno, Las Vegas, as well as other USBC tournament sites. Oftentimes you'll find an even lower price on MyBowlingVacation.com than any other of the major travel sites out there. So before you book, make sure you give it a look. MyBowlingVacation.com. Dan Holstenberg is stuck in Splitsville the last couple of frames. But that makes a nice conversion there. So maybe that'll help get some momentum. Deandra has been lined up well. She has the front three. So Rod Ross there having a little conversation with Deanda and Leanne, telling Leanne perhaps about some kind of adjustment that might be available that she may not see. So we will watch and see if that makes any impact on the situation.
Just got the standings, and as we expected, Robele and Gongora of Mexico in the lead at plus 60. And you've got the Marcanos at plus 59. Mexico again in third, Zetter and Momili at plus 59. Gomez and Guerrero at plus 53. Monzon and Granda of Guatemala at plus 43. Oh, I missed one. Howe and Lagrange at plus 53, or sorry, plus 49 for Canada. The highest U.S. team is 16th, Ernest and Nation.
Deandra's got a really good ball reaction thus far from what I've seen.
I have a feeling it's going to change as far as the standings go. We're going to be higher than 16th after this next game.
So we'll see if whatever Rod had to say to Leanne may have been of use. Because if Leanne can get on the same kind of look that Deandra has, look out.
And they both like to hook the ball, so.
They should be. I mean, I'm sure that's part of the reason that Rod has them together, is that they can play in the similar part of the lane. So we'll take a look and see. Leanne can get a little bit better carry here. Look good. Very well executed by Team USA there. Look at Argentina and El Salvador. Dominican Republic. Question in the chat, how many games are Day bowling will be 6 games. 6 games total. Pinfall determines the medals.
And we are in game 2 right now, so about a game and a half into the women's doubles.
So slow to switch over, but Deandra just had a split.
Momentum killer. To the front 4 before that.
Olsenberg got the 10 out. Almost didn't make it back, but I don't think Ami Guerra likes our cameras. Anytime we've got her on featured pair, she is for Dominican Republic. Ami, a very accomplished and talented player. She has not had a great look when we've seen her thus far here at the championships.
Well, she got off to a bad start yesterday. She fell and shooting a 10-pin, and I think mentally it's just kind of messed her up a little bit. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button right above the video you're watching. While you're at it, might as well click the like button right below it. See how many likes we can get on today's broadcast. We've got 18 right now for this women's doubles event.
Topped 100 for the men.
Yeah, we did.
Women should be more popular than the men.
You would think so. I think we could get to 100 for the women if everybody clicks like. When there's like 500 people watching, 600 people watching. So
click like if you like Team USA's new shorts.
yeah, we might have some dislikes.
Oh no!
Be very careful on that one. Well, we're up to 24, so it's better than it was. We increased it by 50%.
Even if we got dislikes, at least that would show people are paying attention. Of course, you would hate for folks to hold a fashion grudge against the broadcast in general, but
it's not our fault.
Needless to say, Lucas and I are not consulted in the fashion world.
And rightfully so. Up to 36 likes now. I don't know that that really impacts anything. It's just kind of fun to watch the number go up.
I'm not sure what it means, but
I don't know if it makes it so that the video, when people watch it back later, it's more likely to come up in search results. I don't know.
We should ask our friends at YouTube if that
should. Speaking of that, remind me to talk to you offline about a response I got from them on some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Keep forgetting to tell you.
Which is surprising considering that we are only spending virtually every waking minute together.
Now you lose track of stuff when you're doing live streaming.
Although not that much that isn't also shared with our 500 to 600 to however many friends that are listening.
That's right.
Well, Deandra and Leanne still have the potential for a nice game here. They're both working on strikes, both struck in the 6th. Leanne's got 3-bagger going. So see what they can do in the back half of this game. Try and make a move.
Majestic want to know if we're going to have any of the guys from Team USA on during the women's doubles. And we talked to Janowitz and Smith a little bit ago. They were hanging around and watching. I haven't seen Bill or Tommy. Probably went to relax after long squad this morning.
Yeah, I would expect that they'll be back towards the end. That's when serious cheering takes place. So we got Deandra just off the left side of your screen right now. You can maybe able to see her getting set. Gets the 4-pin to come falling down.
Well, Jason, I'm going to go try to locate some more batteries for the wireless microphone. In the meantime, I'm going to see if Marshall Kent wants to sit for a couple of minutes. How's that sound?
Okay. Oh, we're up to 50 likes. I guess that is a positive referendum on Team USA fashion statement, if nothing else. So while Lucas steps away to try to address his battery problem, we have a guest accompanying me, provide some color commentary here for the conclusion of this game. It's Team USA member Marshall Kent. Marshall, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So how has your experience been thus far at the PABCON Championships? I know that you enjoyed yourself this morning.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been a good week so far. I mean, the experience is like no other. Bowling with the adult team is definitely something I always looked forward to doing, and now I'm finally doing it, which is really nice.
It's been a pretty good year for you, I would say. Gold medal at the World Youth Championships, a collegiate player of the year, and now this, being able to compete as part of the adult team for Team USA. I mean, can you even describe what a run it's been lately? It must be kind of overwhelming.
Oh goodness, it is. I mean, it seems like it's just one thing after the other, and I don't even know how to describe it. It's been unreal.
So bowling is part of Team USA competition. There are a lot of folks that are watching that have been a part of the collegiate level. How is it different being here with this kind of schedule and this environment compared to what it's like when you're bowling in college?
College is a lot more team oriented, I would say, because we bowl with each other just about every weekend. It's always about the team. Everything's very team oriented, team emphasized. And in this kind of international competition, there's singles events, and there's a couple singles. There's singles and then there's masters. So I mean, there are events where you focus on just what your own game, and but there is team aspect to it, and the team is pretty similar to college, I would say. Actually, like in Thailand, it felt like I was going another college tournament with the guys. So I mean, there's some similarities and differences.
We're visiting with Team USA member and Junior Team USA member Marshall Kent as we watch Deandra Azmady strike. So as we mentioned, the possibility of Deandra and Leanne getting on a roll, that is exactly what's happened. Since the 6th frame, they've both been on a run. So Deandra's got the last 3, and Leanne's got either 4 or 5. Can't see what's previous on the scoring monitor, so it looks like that duo for Team USA would be in a position to make a little bit of a run up the standings, so that's good to see. This format, when you only have 6 games, you got to go fast or else the field can pass you by, it seems.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. It's just like a sprint. You gotta have you can't really get off to a bad start, and you really can't have that one bad game in the middle. So I mean, with such a short format, it's real easy to put yourself out of it.
Now today was an interesting situation for you. You're bowling doubles with Patrick Allen.
Yes.
So not having the luxury of a teammate on the same side of the lane as you. How was that? I mean, how did you like bowling with Patrick? Did you guys talk a lot? Was he able to still see some stuff that was going on with your ball reaction, even though he's on the left side?
We didn't really talk a whole lot, but I mean, I could kind of see some things in his ball reaction, and he could see stuff in my ball reaction that could have been improved. But I mean, we really look to the coaches more so, because I can't really go up to him and say, hey, I made a 2-1 on that shot, because obviously he's on a different side of the lane. So it was a little different, because I never bowled with a left-hander for a doubles partner, so it was a different experience, I would say.
One of our viewers in the chat is just curious to know how long you've been bowling and how you got started.
I've been bowling since I was about 2, and my parents actually bought a bowling center up in Yakima in, I would say, 1989 or so, before I was born, and I was basically born into the sport.
So as long as you can remember.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's really not a whole lot else to do in the Yakima area. So whenever I wasn't out with friends, I would always be at the bowling center.
We see that an awful lot, that I think that it can be challenging to reach the elite level if you don't get started pretty young. Although there are sometimes exceptions. I think that Shannon O'Keefe got into bowling a little bit later than most. But it definitely makes a big difference in being able to have a family that's in the industry, have access to practice when you need to. That can help.
Yeah, I was pretty fortunate. I mean, my parents own a pretty nice bowling center, so I'm fortunate enough to be able to go in and lay out my own shots when I want to. I could set up different spares to shoot at and practice for hours, pretty much any time of the day I want to, as long as there's not a league going. So, I mean, I was pretty fortunate to get born into it like that.
We're visiting with Marshall Kent, youngest member of the Team USA contingency here. How old are you, Marshall?
I am 19.
So here in Sin City in Las Vegas, and
I can't do anything.
Can't gamble. I guess the team members, I think, for the most part, avoid getting into anything too much in the party realm until the celebration banquet at the end, so not missing out much in that regard. But I suppose that's just the way it goes, right? The rest of the guys, they give you a hard time being the youngster, or they treat you like one of the guys.
I get my fair share of, talk for being the youngest one on the team, but hopefully my bowling's backing up a little bit, my talk. So
absolutely, I'd say that's a safe bet. Just updating again the scores here for Team USA for Leanne and Deandra. Deandra struck in the ninth. Leanne stepping on the approach in the ninth. Again, both continuing their strikes. So it looks like we're going to have a big score come from that duo this game. It's a little bit challenging to see what else we've got. It looks like
I think Stephanie has
a really good run. Yeah,
she had the first 7 and just left a 10 pin over there.
So Nation and Ernest also be putting together some numbers. It seemed that when the guys were bowling, it was that second and third game that ended up being where the scores really escalated, and then the pace slowed a bit.
Yeah, about the third game, I would say. Yeah, about halfway through game 2 is when they opened up enough to where we could move a few boards left and just get inside of everybody and have some room to throw at.
So, Marshall, you, of course, have had a lot of success in the Junior Gold program, and that's something that we've been expanding even more for folks that may not know. All of those of you that are watching in the United States, the Junior Gold program is something that USBC offers. It's a higher level of youth membership, and the pinnacle event there is the North Point Junior Gold Championships. It's a national event. This year was in Indianapolis. We'll be moving to Detroit next year. How big of a part did bowling in Junior Gold play in kind of your development and feeling comfortable here in this kind of a setting?
Well, it played a huge role in getting comfortable in the international competition and all that stuff. I mean, it's where the best of the best in the country come together, and it's where you stack yourself up against the best and see how it's up. My first year in Junior Gold was in Buffalo in 2007, and we learned so much from that year. It was unbelievable, and then we just kept learning new stuff year after year, and finally ended up to the point where I got to the level I'm at now, and I mean it's been an unbelievable run, to say the least.
I think that's definitely been a primary focus of what USBC has been trying to do with Junior Gold and North Point Junior Gold Tournament is have it be a development program. Not only is it a great experience for families to be able to have a really cool event to go to, travel to in the summer, but also that it's preparation so that hopefully we can have the next generation of players for Team USA kind of learn what it's all about and then not be intimidated on the world stage. The United States historically at the youth level and the youth championships has not always fared that well. This years' teams were really the exception, capturing both the boys and the girls gold medal in the team event.
That was unbelievable.
Some of that may be attributed to what the junior gold program has been developing.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely say so. I mean, you are going to junior gold. You spend all that time preparing for the tournament, and then when you get there, you learn what exactly you didn't expect. And you prepare for it for the next time, and you just keep learning year after year, learning new tricks, just getting a lot more versatile with your game. And eventually, you learn so much, it's just, it almost becomes routine. And
just kind of builds a foundation for the future. Yeah. As Beatty shoots 244, Holstenberg just stepping on the approach. We'll watch Ami Guerra first and then switch on over. A nice shot there by Ami. Now back to Leanne. Once again, as Beatty and Holstenberg really lighten it up. Oh. Rod came over and said something to Leanne. She had some ball reaction, a little bit of ball reaction problems, had left a split and then didn't carry something on the back row. And I don't know what Rod said, but she has been right on it ever since. And really a tough break on that shot.
Saw that in the replay. That looked just as painful.
Yep. Get things coming back down, a little bit of a delay, so Marshall was able to see what that looked like. So Leanne will spare this up and be in the 230s.
Still a good game, though.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's going to be potentially plus 81 for those two, and a very nice run.
It's a big game.
Try and see what Nation and Ernest can potentially do something similar. Well, let's see. Yeah. Josie's got a max of 204. Is that right? She had 184 in the night? 214. Oh, that's right. She needs the second one here in the 10th.
Didn't look so good off her hand.
No, a little bit light.
But Stephanie's got 279 going. She can throw a couple good strikes right here.
So this year at Junior Gold, Marshall, they added a new division. It's called the U15, so for kids 16 and under. And what do you think about that being available for the younger kids to be able to have their own championship, their own division, and some of the talent that's out there?
I really like that idea, actually. Actually, I wish they had that when I was 15. It would have, you put up, not to say they can't compete, because, look at, Cameron Doyle and a couple of the other, lot younger bowlers. It's really hard for someone that young to compete with someone, 18, 19, 20 years of age, just bowled.
And it was even older when you were in it a few years ago.
And there was up to like 22.
Yeah, before the age change.
They have a few years of college experience, which is, you almost can't. The odds are against them in almost every way. So to be able to compete with bowlers your own age group I really like the idea. I think it's a great idea.
So if you're looking for more information on the Junior Gold program, you can find that on bowl.com. There's a link to Junior Gold under the Youth tab. But we're really pleased with the direction of where that program is going, and certainly hope that all the competitive youth bowlers, or even if you're just getting started, subscribing and being a part of the Junior Gold membership gives you access to some additional information, newsletters, and give the qualifier a shot. You never know if it might come together for you, especially in that younger division, that under U15, 16 and under. It's really can be a great experience, something that builds on, and we're hoping to be able to have more kids that might have various sports that they're interested in. There's so many opportunities, whether it's soccer or baseball, but bowling has a tremendous amount to offer. The scholarships that are out there are fantastic. I'm guessing that your college bills aren't as big as some other people because of all the scholarship money that you were able to win through bowling over the years.
Yeah, school's almost been paid for.
That's something that Marshall will be able to take with him throughout his life. An education that bowling has helped made possible. Whether or not pro career is something that you choose to follow or go into a professional world, that's certainly something really important.
Yeah. we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens when we get there.
I'm sure people ask you all the time what your plans are long-term in bowling. Is that something that you give a lot of thought about?
Kind of. Not really.
Kind of hard not to when you're spending time around Tommy Jones, Bill O'Neill, and Patrick Allen, I guess.
I mean, the tour would be it would be fun to go out for a year or two and see how that goes. But, I mean, at least I'll have a college degree to back me up if that doesn't go so well. We'll just see what happens when I get there. Still got a couple years of school left, so finish that first.
I guess we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves as Marshall's just looking to start his sophomore year. You eager to get back to school, or?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yep. Start the season. You guys have a pretty quality team, and I'd say a pretty quality team. One of the elite teams in the country, and I know that you're looking forward to getting back to the ITCs and see if you can make a run at a title.
But yes, came up just a little short last year, so it'd be nice to come through for a national title this year.
Well, we're just about done with game number 2 here. Been visiting with Marshall Kent from Team USA. I'm Jason Overstreet. Thanks to everyone who's with us here on Bowl TV. Lucas will be joining us again shortly with a rundown of some of the scores that are there. Look at Sofia Granda from Guatemala. You know that her team was in the hunt after game number 1. She's up in the 10th frame, has a 224 max. And let's see what they have. Sophia plus 43 after 1. Partner with a 193, so they will continue to go in the positive direction. But with some of the big numbers that we saw from the Team USA players, we'll lose ground on the leaders. Of course, we can't see what's going on in the lower part of the center, so not clear about what's going on with Robles Gongora, the Marcano sisters. A lot of quality talent out there. A lot of parity. I mean, as much as I know that you can take a look at, the fact that Team USA nearly swept the doubles on the men's side, there really is an awful lot of good bowlers, and maybe even a little bit more parity on the women's side. I saw Team Colombia at the World Women's Championships last year in Hong Kong take one of the bronze medals. So certainly some tremendous talent there. Mexico always in medal contention. Of course, Canada. I believe at PABCON event in Puerto Rico. Sophia, who you just saw, medaled at least once, if not twice. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Now we are having the players kind of rotate on to their next pair. Once again, we've completed 2 of 6, and it'll be 6 games. Total pinfall determines the medals. Now, do you have a preference to this format, Marshall, versus the World Championships format? Marshall just recently bowled, those of you who may not know, in the World Youth Championships, was over in Thailand, and that format, similar to the Adult World Championships, has a head-to-head at the end. Do you like bowling head-to-head better, or do you prefer just kind of the standard pinfall format?
It has its ups and downs. I mean, it really depends on how the 6 games goes. I mean,
I guess if you're in first, you prefer the total pinfall.
Yeah,
if you're in fourth, you prefer.
It really depends on how you end up. Like I know in Thailand, if it wasn't for that medal round, head-to-head match play, I don't think it would have been close, because I think the guy that ended up leading it was shot like 1450 or something like that. I was at 1320. And I just barely made the medal round too. So I mean, it has its advantages and disadvantages.
Hard to replicate, I think, the pressure that is felt in those head-to-head matches, and you know we talked about it some during the live stream at Junior Gold. And the switch there in that format to a match play from just kind of a round robin with bonus pins that it's important to train for, because, I mean, let's face it, when you were bowling in those matches where it was head-to-head with a gold medal on the line for Junior Team USA, hard to replicate that pressure, right?
Oh, that was.
I mean, as much as you go through some pressure shots in college, I would venture to guess
don't think-
not the same.
It's totally different. I mean, that was just a totally different kind of pressure, and there was definitely a lot of pressure in that final match, especially going into the 7th ring, being down by almost 40. It was just a totally different atmosphere.
I think that's part of the reason that our Team USA adult teams have had some success. You get into the match play portion, and Team USA is throwing Patrick Allen, Bill O'Neill, Tommy Jones, Chris Barnes at you. That those are names that have been there, done that in terms of pressure shots.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, JJ.
Speaking of people who have been through some pressure shots, John Janowitz is now walking around passing out treats, chocolate-covered potato chips. So we'll let Marshall pause for a moment to try the potato chips. And we have a great featured pair here down on the low end this time. We have Clara Guerrero and Paula Gomez sharing the pair with Karen and Alicia Marcano. So these are some of the top teams for sure. There's a look at Paula, starts off with a strike. Alicia Marcano took home the gold in the singles. So this will be a good one to watch. Now, meanwhile, over here in front of us, we also will have a treat. We'll watch Clara throw. This monitor here is one that's live. So as Clara throws now, we'll come back over to this side and take a look at the women from Aruba. Lucas and I mentioned yesterday that Aruba is a team that has got some young players, has some talent, and starting to really develop a nice program, and it's going to be fun to see what they're able to do here.
I bet Marshall's cell phone is blowing up with text messages and stuff. Am I right, Marshall? Everybody, yeah, I knew it. It always happens. Somebody comes on the live stream, all of a sudden they get tons of iMessages and text messages and Facebook messages. And
Lucas back joining us again. You never know when he's going to pop in.
I found some more batteries for my microphone.
Oh, welcome back. Be eager to hear what kind of score updates that you're able to
I was
find.
Waiting for them all to move, and it looks like everybody finally moved, and it's getting started, so we should be able to tell you what's going on here. Well, of course, we know that the Team USA players are doing all right. It is Hulsenberg and Asbeidi at plus 76. This is after 2 games. Ernest and Nation at plus 91.
Shannon and Liz got off to a rough start for the first couple.
Yeah, Shannon and Liz not to the kind of pace that they normally have. We have them in front of us as well. Second frame here for Liz. But Shannon minus 33. Liz only plus 6, and that is not what you would expect.
Granda and Monzon of Guatemala at plus 59.
We have some Aruba fans in the chat, so we'll do our best to get some Aruba shots here while they're in front of us.
The Marcano sisters are at plus 97. And Clara and Paola are at plus 50. Now Maria Jose Rodriguez plus 135. So she's at 535 for 2. That's amazing. And Rocio shot 224 to get to minus 17. So they are at plus 118. It's the highest total that I have seen thus far.
Now, who is that again, Lucas?
Maria Jose Rodriguez and Rocio Restrepo of Colombia.
Plus 118.
Yep, 118.
Oh, so Maria continuing to bowl real well, and Rocio starting to shake it off.
Yeah, Maria shot 267 and Rocio had 224 last game. Jessica Santiago, Mariana Ayala of Puerto Rico at plus 35.
We got you a little bit out of range there, I'm afraid, Lucas.
I'm coming back your way. Howe and Lagrange of Canada are at plus 101. And Azeret Zetter and Ileana Lomili at plus 116 for Mexico, plus 116. So a few high scores down here on the low end.
Well, it's odd to see Shannon and Liz having a hard time, but if they don't start doing something this game, they're going to have the rest of the field kind of move away from them, and it may be difficult to catch up. As much as you never want to count them out, they're capable of putting together, incredible scores.
A short format though, so you can't afford to
you
get
don't have
behind.
much time.
Still got a lot of game left, though. They can put something together this game.
Yeah, it's not another question. They could go, 300 over for the last 3 and annihilate everybody, but
Oh, yeah.
it's always tougher when you're trying to fight from behind than up there with the pack.
So, Marshall, what do you think about the shorts that the Team USA women are wearing? I'm setting you up to get into trouble, but this is a test of your media training. Here's your assessment of those shorts.
I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Oh, well.
That might be worse than saying no.
Taking the safe route.
Yeah, I don't know.
We've been asking people to click like on our YouTube channel. They're like if you like the shorts.
How many are we up to
They
now?
definitely stand out, that's for sure.
We have 56.
It's not bad.
Well, let me refresh. Maybe.
I remember hearing them talk about that a couple days ago. They saw those shorts. I don't remember where they saw them, but they said, "Oh, we have to get these." Sure enough, they did.
Marshall, what do you think about bowling tomorrow in the trios with left lane long, right lane short? It's always a challenge having 2 different patterns. Does it turn your brain into scrambled eggs a little bit, having to remember where to play and what balls to throw each time?
Kind of, yeah. They'll probably end up doing that to me tomorrow.
Did they do that in Thailand?
They did that in Thailand for the Masters, yes. I mean, it wasn't too bad because both the shots actually played fairly similar for as different as they were. So I didn't really have that bad of time figuring out which shot was, trying to figure out different shots for the different patterns. But tomorrow will be interesting, that's for sure. It's been a while since I bowled on 1 lane short, 1 lane long, so hopefully get the hang of it pretty quick.
Alicia Marcano up. Nice shot there, carries.
Down here watching Leanne. She's got the front 4. See if we can ask Jim Callahan of Storm a couple of questions here. So we were talking a little bit earlier, and the long pattern should pretty much be in the wheelhouse of Leanne and Deandra, right?
Oh, I definitely agree with that. I mean, they're probably two of the best women bowlers in the world playing left at 15. And, you know, Deandra this year, when she was it this year she won the Queen? Or last year this year she won the Queen. She got into a position where none of the other girls could get their ball to come off of that spot. Deandra made them look really easy. And Leanne's history, they don't call her boomer because she throws it straight. So I think it's good. Leanne's kind of got it going on right now a little bit, striking pretty good. So I think it's definitely an advantage.
Both of them are on Storm staff. What are they throwing today?
Yes, they are both on Storm staff. Deandra's throwing a Prodigy, and Leanne's throwing a Manic.
And have they pretty much stuck with that the entire day so far, or have they made any changes yet?
Leanne actually started out using a Vivid, which is asymmetrical ball. They wanted to get something that was a little smoother in the mid lane, and then it started to get a little lazy, and they started to develop where they were kind of tight to the left, where they could create a little bit of hold. So she wants something to a Manic that's a little bit more rolly and a little more change of direction down lane. And she bowled 240 last game with a solid 8 and a lower 710. So I think they made a good decision to change balls.
Talking to Jim Callahan of Storm, what's your outlook for the back half of this block? They got about 3.5 games to go. Do you see it holding up and being in the favor of Leanne and Deandra for these last few games?
Yeah, if anything, I think it may get even better because as it gets, as they go a little farther along, it's going to end up where they get a little bit tighter down lane. It's going to get a little bit more wet dry, and where Leanne and Deandra are playing, they're already farther left than everybody else. So I think when it's good, it should be good all the way through, and I think they have a history, both of those girls, as rounds go on, their scores get higher. I mean, Leanne's last game average, if you look all the time, is very, very high. She bowled 250 last game yesterday, actually, so I definitely feel that it's going to end up where hopefully it continues to progress like it is, and hopefully we get a gold medal for Team USA.
And finally, Storm, a great sponsor of a lot of USBC events. And what's going on new in the world of Storm?
Oh, we have a lot of good things going on. We actually have new shoes. We have Storm shoes available right now. We just came out with a few new rotor grip balls: the Scream, the Shout, the Shatter, all the S's we got going on there. So. And then we also have a Berserk that just came out as well. And with Storm, we had a few products just come out. I mean, everything's good. I mean, we're doing very, very well.
And there's a bowling ball that smells like birthday cake?
Yeah, we have a birthday cake that actually we give a little bit of the money. Storm gives a little bit of money back to Susan B. Komen and the breast cancer group in each one of the balls we sell. We actually have a ball and a bag, and actually we made a pink and black pair of shoes as well so that we can give some of that money back. But yeah, it smells exactly like birthday.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Just got the standings as well. I was standing here with Jim, and Colombia in the lead. Restrepo and Rodriguez at plus 118. Zetter and Lomili of Mexico are in second place at plus 116. Canada's Howe and Lagrange are third at plus 101. The Marcano sisters are fourth, plus 97. Ernest and Nation of the USA, plus 91. As Beatty and Holsenberg in sixth place at plus 76. And as you would expect, Pluhowski and Johnson pretty far down the standings in 23rd place at minus 27.
We are in game number 3.
Leanne left a split in the fifth after having the front four while we were talking to Jim for a minute. Deandra looks like she's clean through 6, but no doubles. Marshall Kent is with us. Marshall, did the long pattern today play the same as it did in practice a couple of days ago, or was it a little different?
It was actually pretty similar, I thought. Transition was a little different because obviously there aren't all the spare balls going down the lane, but I think they played pretty close to the same as it was in practice.
Yeah, sometimes they play close, sometimes they don't. You never know,
I think the short pattern actually played easier
Really?
Yesterday than it did in practice. I feel like the outside two boards were just a touch tighter than than they were yesterday.
Do you know the trios lineup yet? Have they told
No.
you? Yeah, I haven't heard either. And if I had, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but you didn't know. But I was wondering if the coaches had made the decision. They probably don't have to turn that in until after the women are done, I would guess.
Probably not.
And sometimes the coaches like to see how the players' ball reaction is going right up until the last minute before making those decisions, although I would venture to guess they usually have a pretty good game plan going in.
Yeah, I was on my way to ask Rod what the lineup was be, and then some guy named Lucas dragged me into the booth. And
Well, heck, 3 of you guys today, I think we're more than 200 over, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
That'd be a pretty awesome tree. I don't remember. It was you and Steve and
I
Bill.
think
Bill,
Bill
right?
was
So
too, yeah.
that would be. I guess it worked out pretty well that you guys were spread out because it led to a first, second, and fourth place finish. You know, so it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of the 2012 PABCON Championships. We are at Sunset Station's Strike Zone in suburban Las Vegas. I'm Jason Overstreet, Lucas Wiseman along with us, and Marshall Kent from Team USA sitting in, providing some additional commentary for this block. We are in game number 3, roughly second half of the game.
I don't know if you.
These pairs.
I don't know if you asked Marshall this earlier, Jason, but Marshall, were you nervous at all coming in bowling with Team USA for the first time? Bowling some of these guys?
A little bit.
Yeah.
After the first couple frames, it was a lot better, but I would say it was a little intimidating.
Were you really anxious coming into the tournament?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet. But I would guess that the Team USA training camp kind of helped you get to know some of these guys a little better and spend some time with them, right?
A little bit, yes. Definitely helps.
And I would assume you're going to bowl Team USA trials.
Of course.
Yeah, figured you got to defend that title.
Yeah.
Lucas, I don't know if you have a moment to just come up here and take the reins for a second.
Sure, I can do that. I guess even Jason needs a break sometimes. So, Marshall, do you have any predictions as to whether or not Team USA is going to medal here in the women's doubles? You think so? Who's your money on? Although you're not old enough to gamble yet, but
Yeah, well, here anyway. I can gamble in Washington. That gambling age is 18 up there. I'd put money on Deandra and Leanne getting a medal at least.
yeah, I think so too.
I think Shannon and Liz are going to make a good run the last 3 and put themselves in position. I really think they will.
Where are they at right now? What are they sitting at? They're at
27 under,
yeah.
I want to say.
In this game,
This
they're
game was
doing all right. This game.
Looked better start than the previous 2 games, yeah.
Shannon can still shoot 222, and Liz can max out at 247. With a long
Yeah.
ways to go to get there.
So
Still a couple of frames left.
definitely not impossible though.
Someone asking in the chat if the all events results are posted. I would imagine the all events results will probably get posted later on today. Deandra is not exactly lighting them up down there this game. Only 210 it looks like.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, Leanne can still shoot 260.
Yeah, Leanne's still good shape though.
So PA looked like he struggled a little bit today in spurts. Did he just did he not have a good look today, or do you know? You
He
talking to him a
would
little
have
bit?
a good look for a game or so, and then he'd lose it. The lanes would transition a little bit, I think. And
Yeah.
I mean, then I don't think he was really throwing the ball his best. I mean, he did go through a couple little streaks where he wasn't throwing the ball well at all. But then he'd find it for a few shots, and then he'd lose it. And, I mean,
Yeah, it's always tough. Yeah, sometimes
you
with the lefties, they can have it really good or they can have it really bad. And
Yeah.
if it's bad, it stays bad, and they're in trouble.
oh yeah, that's for
You know?
sure.
But
I don't think he's 100% healthy either. So
okay.
I mean, he doesn't sound. He sounds like he's catching a cold or something.
Someone in the chat wants to know, Marshall, who decides on the attire for Team USA bowlers. I'd say that's probably less of an issue who decides on the attire for the guys than it is for the girls, because you guys just wear slacks and
Yeah,
the shirt they provide.
we don't do anything crazy.
you guys
we're
don't really
okay.
think about it, right?
Nah,
It's just a matter of whether you're wearing khakis or blue pants.
that's
pretty much it.
That's our toughest decision. Oh,
Whereas the women tend to get a little bit more, into it. I think.
yeah, I don't know who decided the attire this time. I think those shorts were their decision, though. I think.
Yeah, I'm sure it
I'm
was
not-
because they went
not
over to
100%
Dillard's and they bought them. I think this week.
Is that where they went?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I remember them talking about it.
I don't know where they found 5 pairs of shorts or 6 pairs of shorts. I mean, how do you find 6 pairs in the same place? That I'm just gonna stop talking now.
Yeah.
Nah, I think they're very patriotic.
Yeah, that's what they'll call. One of them's gonna go back and watch this, and then he'll say, "Hey, Lucas."
know. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna get punched in the shoulder. Andrew Koff checking in the chat. What's up, Andrew?
Andrew.
Did you guys talk about the World Cup at all earlier? You and Jason?
A little bit.
How much are you looking forward to that? Have you been to Europe before?
No, actually, I've never been there, and I'm going next week for the first time with Cameron Weir, Tanner Spacey, and Ty Tredenberger for 3 weeks or so.
Wow, what are you going to be doing?
Bowling some of the European Bowlers Tour stops.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna bowl in I think Bratislava and
Vienna,
sure.
I would guess.
no, I'm not. Oh, I'm not staying long enough for
No?
Vienna, but Tanner and Ty are staying long enough for that.
That's too
Actually-
bad. Vienna is one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world.
I know. I want to.
You got school, though, right?
Yep, unfortunately. But yeah, that should be a fun trip. Go
Bratislava's not too far from Vienna, actually.
bowl. No, I think it's about an hour.
It's about an hour, yeah.
Yeah, because we're flying out of Vienna actually.
Oh, are you really?
To go to Russia for the next tournament.
Do you have your visa for Russia? You gotta have a visa.
Got one.
I went to Russia once. It was not my favorite country.
No.
No.
What part of Russia?
St. Petersburg.
No
But
clue
it
where
was
that is.
very far north.
Oh, okay.
And it was very cold. It was for the World Cup, like 4 years ago.
Oh,
It was
really?
very cold and it snowed most of the time.
That's probably what Poland's gonna do.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're probably right on that.
It's gonna be a little cold. But I think we're going somewhere just outside of Moscow. I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not totally sure. I don't know. My geography isn't the best. So
Russia's a very unique country, and when you get there, you'll see a lot of the signs of the old communist regime, where all of the buildings pretty much look the same because they were built in mass. And
Yeah.
it's kind of eerie,
yeah, Ty was telling me about it.
but you'll have a good time,
Oh yeah, should be fun.
and hopefully you'll bowl well as
I
well.
hope so. There's a lot of money to be made in those tournaments.
Yeah, for sure. They're tough though. I've bowled a few of them, and
Oh yeah, dude.
the formats are pretty tough.
Yeah,
So it's similar 6-game sprint, and you got to try to, and a lot of them to try to make the cut.
I think the two that were born, they're. I think they took the top 30 something. It's like 1-game matches or something like that. And
Yeah,
I'm not sure. It's confusing.
it is. Just go and bowl, and they'll
Yeah.
tell you what to do.
Yeah, I'll just run behind Ty. Ty, what do I do now? Where do I go? No, we were looking at some of the names that are born over there too. I think Oscar Palermo's born in Bratislava. Dom Barrett.
Yeah.
A lot of the really good
Yeah, that's the other thing is
Swedish
that
teams.
they not only put out tough patterns, the formats are tough, but the competition is really good as
Yeah.
well. So it makes it really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard.
Actually, Dom Barrett won the tournament last year that we're going to bowl. Looking
Deandra
forward
shot
to it.
213. Yeah, you should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
213 for Deandra, and Leanne actually can still strike out for 265. if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So that'd be a great game for them. Another,
be a really good
80
game.
over.
Looks
Can't
good.
quite see them, but she
Flat
left 10.
10.
So now she'll,
Still a good game, though.
yeah, 240.
57 over. Still pretty
We'll
good.
have to wait for the next update to come in to see what they say.
Shannon and Liz are starting the run.
Yeah, Shannon's
I called
playing
it.
pretty deep. She might get nosebleed playing that deep on the left side. 221 for Puhowski.
Good finish.
And Liz can shoot 247. That would get them heading the right direction at least.
Oh, yeah. They just want to give everyone a false sense of security. They're going to go 530, 530, 520 for the last three.
I think they'd be all right with that.
Oh, yeah.
Someone
Totally.
asking in the chat if do you have a preference on bowling equipment? Do you throw any certain brand or?
I throw a lot of Storm equipment. Recently, I've been throwing some more EBI stuff. I drilled up an Omen before I came out here, a 912T as well. I've always had a vibe in my bag, no matter what. Everywhere I go, there's always a vibe. But yeah, for a long time, I've always been a big Storm fan.
But not
Still
on
am.
staff with anybody or
Nah.
anything like
Well,
that.
I'm still a junior, so I can't
That's true.
slam staff
Yeah.
with anyone.
Not a junior for long though, I would guess, right?
I got one more year.
One more junior gold.
One more junior gold. So hopefully that'll go well.
Well, Liz got the first one in the 10th. Let's see if she can get another one as we're wrapping up game 3 of the 6-game block here. The PABCON women's doubles.
And she got the second one.
Yeah, so that's going to put them at plus 68 if she strikes on the fill for this game. And unfortunately, I don't know that we're going to see Team USA again. They're getting ready to make the turn.
I don't think so. Do you have camera set up over there? No.
Actually, we might
Maybe
get them
game
the last
6.
game. Yeah, the last
Yeah.
game, I think. No, actually, I think game 5, I think we might get a peak when they're in the 30s. So 247 for Liz, 221 for Puhowski. Not too shabby. Scroll over and take a look at Stephanie Nation, who just threw a strike.
We got
How are they scoring this game, Marshall?
Josie can strike out for 191, it looks like. And then
There's Josie.
Stephanie can get to 238.
It's a good shot by Josie. So are you enjoying your live streaming?
So far, yeah.
Yeah. People are handing you notes that say you suck.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're doing a fine job.
Well, thank you.
Then again, we're pretty desperate for guests, so we'll take just about anybody. I'm just kidding.
Thanks. That makes me feel a lot better about myself. Getting notes that say I suck and drag me in here because you're desperate.
Well, you're on Team USA now, so part of the deal is you got to help us out when we ask you to.
I don't remember signing up for this.
Yeah, it's part of the deal.
Looks like Josie's got 180. She gets one of them.
Yep. And, it's not exactly going to help the cause too much. Stephanie can still strike out for 238, though. That would
Still be a respectable game.
plus 18. At least they're not going the wrong direction, but not
Yeah.
really gaining too much ground.
I think PA and I had a couple games where 4-0 this morning. So, I mean,
It just makes it hard to come back,
yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah, definitely not impossible. It's just a little more challenging.
Yeah, it eliminates your margin for error.
Yes.
That's what it does. I don't think Steph likes that one, but wow. Must be the shorts.
I guess so. Maybe that's why I didn't carry those this morning. Maybe if I wore the shorts, I'd roll a couple more 2-pins.
I'm thinking you carried quite a bit, though. You shot, what? How much would you shoot today?
247 over, I
so
believe.
you struck quite a bit.
Yeah.
You did all right.
Did okay. I got my good breaks, my bad breaks. About evened out.
Let's watch Steph throw her second shot in the 10th here. That was better than the first one.
That's usually how it goes.
Yep.
Carry the bad one.
Well, the first one was a little more important, I guess, than the second one.
That's true.
Gets her a few bonus pins.
I'd rather have it go that way than vice versa.
Should have no problem. So she shoots 227. They go +7 for the game. Well, Marshall, we won't keep you. I know you probably have better things to do. No?
Not really.
You can stay if you want.
I'm 19, Lucas. What am I going to go do?
That's true. Can't really do much else here, can you?
I can go to Starbucks. I mean, that's about it.
You must stay in the tiled area of the casino,
Pretty
right?
much.
It's but I wasn't sure if you wanted to go down and watch the Women Bowl, but it's all good if you want to hang out here.
Might hang around for a little while longer.
They're saying in the chat it would be funny to see the guys in those kind of shorts. I don't think you're ever going to
Yeah,
see
I doubt
it.
that's going to happen.
It would be funny, but. Someone asking for a quick look of Guatemala. But I don't think they're in front of us. Don't see them.
Oh, I don't see him either.
We've got still going on 35 and 36. The Marcano sisters, as well as Colombia's Guerrero and Paulo Gomez, but I have no idea what the score is because it's too far away. I would guess they're probably in the 10th frame.
You can see a little monitor just barely.
Yeah, you can't quite read it, but yeah, you can see the little monitor in the corner. And I don't think I can get close enough with this camera on the scoreboard. Yeah, it's just too far away, but they did just finish, it looks like, or about to finish.
So it looked like they were in the 10th frame.
Well, that's the scoreboard. I don't know if we can read it, though.
I see a 1.
I see a 179 and a 180 maybe, and a 190.
And a 190, and
it looks like probably a 190 again.
Yeah,
it's hard to read.
That's what I'm seeing. Looks about right.
It doesn't look like they're scoring very high, though.
Although my eyesight's not the best, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that the scores are too high down there from
No.
the wobbling camera that we had.
Seemed like the low end was a lot higher scoring than the high end so far this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I've seen some people make the turn and really struggle. Especially, well, we only get to see them coming this direction, moving from the low to the high. And, you know, we saw that happen to Marcelo when he shot 180 in the last game yesterday. And after watching him throw a couple of frames, I knew he was in trouble.
Oh, yeah. That was.
You could just tell right
tough.
away. And he said that they were way different when he got down there.
Luckily, we hit those pairs early, so they weren't as bad. But it was. I mean, you could still tell they were gonna be real bad.
Well, I know we have a lot of fans of Mexico who watch our live streaming, and so they will be happy to hear that Azarette Zetter is going to be on the featured pair along with Eliana Lomili. And they are at plus 64. Unfortunately, they had a bad last game, 164 and 184. And Azarette very popular young lady in the chat. Everybody loves to watch her. Question in the chat, is Marshall related to Doug? No.
Nope. I get that question a lot,
I
actually.
bet you do, yeah. Jacob is.
Jacob is,
Jake
yes.
is
They're kind of
Doug's
related.
kid. Yep,
I mean,
they kind of look the same too.
they kind of bowl the same, too.
Yeah. But I'm sure you get that question all the time, right?
Oh, yeah. Almost every weekend we go to a tournament. Are you and Jake brothers?
Sure, it never gets old. We'll have an update probably in a few frames after that third game. Should be able to bring you some sort of idea what the scores are. Got Paula Vilas and Amiguera on 55 and 56 this game, along with the Mexican duo.
She puts a lot more hand in it than I do.
Yeah, Azarette definitely puts some
Jeez.
hand in the ball, doesn't she? Have you seen her bowl before this week?
No. I've heard the name before, but I haven't ever seen her bowl.
Yeah, she's been bowling for Mexico for a number of years now.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure who we're going to have on the remote cameras down there. I'll have to wait and see. It looks like Panama and maybe Guatemala. Right now we've got the Dominican Republic and Mexico in front of us. Gongora is at plus 85 and Lilia plus 2, so they're plus 87. That's one of the other Mexican pairs right there. Yeah, we're just starting game 4, so we are waiting on the results after 3 games, which hopefully we will have relatively soon. Michael wants to know in the chat, where is Kelly Kulik? Kelly's not bowling this event this week.
She's going to bowl in Cyprus instead.
Yeah, she's bowling World Singles, and the coaching staff likes to try to spread it out a little bit, give everybody they can a chance to bowl. So the World Singles is going to be Shannon O'Keefe, Kelly Kulik, and Chris Barnes, and Tommy Jones, I believe.
That is correct.
And I think that, Marshall, you have bowled in probably about as many international tournaments that anybody I can think of in the same year, between junior team and Team USA. I mean, you've done pretty good. You've had some pretty good assignments. And one of them you got automatically by winning the team trials. Mm-hmm. And then the World Youth. And then this week.
Yeah. 3 times.
That's a pretty good deal.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely not complaining.
See, a lot of people say, and I get so annoyed by hearing it, but all the time people say that why should I bother bowling the Team USA trials? I'm not going to get picked to bowl anything anyway. It's just not true.
No.
They say only the pros are going to get to bowl. Well, guess what? This week, you and Steve Smith and John Janowitz are bowling, and you guys aren't pro bowlers.
Nope, we're definitely not pros.
And guess what? All 3 earned their spots in the Team USA trials.
Yep.
So it's kind of one of those things that kind of snowballs. People spread the rumor, and it's just not true. John Serbinsky got to bowl the World Cup a couple of years ago. Got selected for that.
I remember that.
He was still not a pro at the time. Maybe had just gone pro. But hopefully that doesn't discourage people from bowling team trials.
No, I mean, even if you don't get picked for the team, and the experience of it is just like none other. Bowling against that quality field and over that many games, it means you definitely learn a lot from it. Or my first year bowling trials, I didn't bowl well at all. But I learned a lot from it and came back the next year and bowled okay.
And next year's a world championship year for Team USA, and you know, let's be realistic. They're going to pick the 6 players who they think are the best players that give Team USA the best chance to win.
Oh yeah,
that's how it works. And a lot of people like to say that they don't think that pros should be allowed to get on the team without trying out. But do you think that LeBron James tried out for the U.S. basketball team? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. You can't argue with the success because Team USA has been very, very successful since they went to that system of selecting pros to be on the team. It's just, people lose track of what the goal of the Team USA program is. It is to win gold medals.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So you had to be real honored that they picked you to bowl this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Were you surprised?
I was very surprised.
You didn't think they'd pick you, did you?
No. I didn't think so.
So much talent and experience on the team. That
Oh yeah, my first year I didn't expect to travel. I figured Rod was waiting to see how I did in Thailand before he made the picks, because he didn't announce the picks until after singles in Thailand.
Oh, so you actually found out when you were in Bangkok?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
He sent the email then.
What was your reaction?
That was exactly my. I was speechless.
Didn't know what to say, huh?
No, I didn't know what to say.
Ricardo wants to know, where is Honduras? I don't think Honduras has a bowling team. I've actually been to Honduras twice.
Twice?
Twice, yep. It's a pretty awesome place.
Nice.
But don't think they have a bowling team. And Jason and I always joke that we always watch these tournaments, and then we're like, you know, we could probably compete in one of these tournaments if we bowled for, you know, another country. And so I'm thinking about starting a Honduras national team and moving to Honduras, and you know, I could bowl every one of these events.
There you go. I like your thinking.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'd ever medal, but
You never know.
I'm like 190 on sport, so I might have a chance. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
I get lucky. Not bowling you guys pot games or anything, but
Oh, darn it.
should have an update on the standings coming here in the next few minutes. Mexico really bowling well here this game. Zetter and Lomili. It's Zetter's strike, spare, 3-bagger. And Eliana with front 4. Eliana is up right now. Take a closer look. Looked pretty good.
That was a good looking shot.
Someone asked in the chat if you've tried the new Storm IQ ball.
I drilled the tour I actually drilled it for junior gold. I mean, that ball was all right. It wasn't anything outstanding, but I definitely didn't hate it. Maybe I'll try different drilling next time. I don't know, but
You go to Robert Morris. Do you guys have any sort of deal where you get any discounted equipment or free equipment or anything from anybody?
yes, we're on a non-exclusive contract with Rotogrip.
Gotcha.
And for every Tier 1 tournament we win, we get a ball. For being on the travel team, we get a ball. And for making it to nationals, we get a free ball. So I think last season, we ended up, I think with 5 or 6 free bowling balls.
That's pretty good.
So,
Yeah, it's not a bad deal.
and then we get we get bags from the schools. So
You guys are going to be
Big deal.
pretty good again this year, right? Who do you have
Oh, yeah.
coming back?
coming back,
Yeah,
mostly everybody.
mostly everybody.
Chris Pearson and Shane Reed were the only 2 that graduated. So we'll have Jake again and Cameron Ware and pretty much everyone else that was on the travel team last year.
Anybody new coming in?
A lot of people coming in. Actually, there's actually some really good bowlers coming. We probably have 13 or 14 bowlers that could easily be on the A team.
Really?
Oh yeah, met a lot of them at junior gold. There's some really, really talented players out there coming in.
There's still a lot of bowlers in this field who have either bowled collegiately or, are going to.
Yeah, like Marcelo.
Yep.
He's bowled.
Sandy went to Wichita. Sandy Gongora.
We saw Camila.
Yep.
here
From Weber.
From Weber.
Some of the Canadians went to Wichita State. I think half their team went to Wichita State.
McClellan went to Saginaw.
Yep. So there's a lot of real big college bowling influence, even in PABCON.
Oh yeah, it was the same way in Thailand too. There was a lot of
Yeah.
knew quite a few faces from college over there.
Keep looking around for the folks handing around the standing sheets. I haven't seen them yet. So
I haven't either. It's about time for me to get another "You Suck" letter.
should be soon, I would think. I think it's usually about the 4th or 5th frame or so. I don't know if they some of the other pairs are running a little behind on the low end. I guess they were running a little behind. The Marcano sisters were a little slow down there. They always are, but they're already in the 5th frame of this game. So Brunch Chad wants some shots of Sandy Gongora. I think that we can accommodate that request. There she is. Sandy chucked that one right down the middle of the lane. Didn't really do a whole lot. Trio starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern, so we will start an hour later tomorrow than we did yesterday and today.
Thank goodness. Another hour of sleep.
The youngster needs extra sleep, huh?
I do.
It actually hasn't been too bad coming this direction, at least for me, because if I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's like getting up at 8
So yeah,
my time, but you're
That's
a
not
West
too
Coast guy anyway, so it's still early for you.
so if I get up at 6, it's still
It's
6
still
o'clock.
6 o'clock, yeah. Because you grew up in Washington, right?
Yes.
Yakima?
Yakima.
Where's Yakima at?
About 2.5 hours east of Seattle.
Okay,
Just
so in the
over
middle
the
of
mountains.
nowhere.
Yep, pretty much. Literally the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Probably in some woods and some mountains or something, right?
Mountains, woods, right in the middle of the desert, probably. Actually, Patrick Allen was telling me the other day when he drove through Washington, and it's like a big meteor hit Central Washington years ago, because you go from the West Coast, which is green and mountains, and then you get to Central Eastern Washington, and it's flat, it's desert.
Really?
And, oh yeah, I think Yakima to Spokane is one of the most boring drives I've ever been on. Actually, not kidding. It's just like driving out in the Midwest. But yeah, it's just nothing but flat farmlands, and then you get about halfway through Idaho, and it's mountains again.
You guys are just kind of in a dead space, huh?
Pretty much, yep. Yakima's not too bad, but if you go any further east of that, it's just flat. Nothing.
Try to show you guys another shot of Sandy Gongora. Just going to be coming up here in just a moment. Nice shot by Sandy. After the open frame last time around. Here's Azarat. Leaves the 7-pin. Don't really have an idea what Team USA is doing this game because they're so far away. They're all the way down at the low end of the bowling center. They made the turn.
I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah, I might. Jason's back, so I might walk down there and see what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm probably not too far behind you.
Oh, if you want to step out at the same time as me, I can leave Jason by himself. I'm going to take the wireless setup.
I don't mean to be rude, but I got to go support my team.
Yeah, you probably should go down there and cheer on the women's team. Thanks, Marshall Kemp, for sitting in, and good luck tomorrow in the trios event.
Thank you.
Lucas is going to go in search of a score update from the lower end of the house. Jason Overstreet back with you. in the back half of this game. Most of the players in the 8th frame. Nice shot there from Sandra. Although that strike in the 9th only gives her a 180 max score. Zetter strikes in the 9th. She can go off the sheet for 237. Velas spares. Best she can do is in the 180s. Guerra's not going to reach 200 either, so Dominican Republic's #1 team falling out of contention.
Well, Jason, game 4 coming to a close here. Headed down towards the low end of the bowling center to get an update on some of the folks down there. Oh, what do you got here? Just past, looks like Jessica Santiago from Puerto Rico has the front 8. Yeah, so Jessica Santiago on 33 and 34 with the front 8. And they are at plus 36 going into this game.
So a nice shot there by Zetter. First shot in the 10th. Again, she has a 237 max.
Looks like Colombia is still doing well here. Maria Jose Rodriguez and Rocio Restrepo at plus 156, and they are stringing some strikes. They have 8 in a row combined as a team.
Sandra cannot carry the 7-pin out. Her first shot in the 10th. Robles with a 235. So Robles putting up a big number, but Laura can only get to 160.
Deandra and Leanne are bowling pretty good again here. They are at plus 131. Deandra can shoot 217 this game, and Leanne can shoot 246. Stephanie Nation is really struggling, only 114 in the 7th. Strike in the 8th. But Josie Ernest has 168 in the 7th, so she can shoot 258. 258 for Josie is her max. 204 for Stephanie, her max score. Liz Johnson has started striking. She can shoot 279 this game, but Shannon Blahowski, her max only 187.
Sandra struck on the fill. -5 total this game for Robles Gongora.
Restrepo and Rodriguez continue to strike. They have 10 in a row, and as a team, strikes all the way across the board for those two.
Strike for Ileana, 3 in a row. Zetterin Ileana could have a nice chance to make a move here, Lucas.
Yeah, but I think that the Colombians are going to still blow them out of the water this game. Because Rocio can shoot 279 and Maria can shoot 277. So they could go 150 plus over this game if they punch it out in the 9th or the 10th. And they're already 156 over. What's Azaret's team at?
Azaret shot 237, and Ileana is got a 260 pace.
And what's their plus going into this game?
They were at plus 64.
Yeah, so they'll move up the standings pretty good here, but the Colombians look like they could be trying to pull away with this thing as Rocio just struck again in the 9th. Of course, the Colombians all the way down here on 23 and 24, well outside of the range of our cameras.
So that's plus 99 for Mexico.
Plus 99 this game.
Correct.
So that put them at about 160 over. 160, 170 over, something like that.
Yes. 63, I think.
Maria Rodriguez up. Just left a ring 10. They're still bowling a great game, though. Could go 279, 256 if they keep it up. After 3 games, Restrepo and Rodriguez led at plus 154, as Beatty and Holzenberg in second at plus 131. Ernest and Nation third at plus 98, and the Marcano sisters tied with Robele and Gongora of Mexico at plus 87 in 4th place. Howe and Lagrange of Canada at plus 86.
Robles and Gongora lost some ground that game, though, Lucas. So they're going to slide a bit.
Yeah, and I think looking at the scores for the Team USA pairings down here, the Colombians are going to take a big lead, 2 games to go. Leanne Holzenberg just split in the 10th. So the Columbians had about a 23-pin lead on second coming into this game, and I would guess that that lead will probably go to about 100 or more. Probably more. Rocio just got the first one in the 10th. That'll put her in the 260s, and she still has a chance to get to the 270s. So another strike. Josie Ernest 237, but Stephanie Nation can only shoot 184. So they're going to be just a little plus this game. Rocio just went high on her second shot in the 10th and did not strike, so she'll be in the 260s. Puerto Rico's Santiago and Ayala shoot 525 and get to plus 161. So they make a move.
Taking a look now at the final frame for Lagrange and Howe from Canada. They came in plus 86. This fill shot puts Howe at 214. Caroline has a 233 max if she strikes out. So big shot here, working on a strike in the 9th. And carries. Seven pin goes late. Caroline Lagrange gets a second strike in the 10th. So she will be in the 230s with the fill shot pending. So Lagrange and Howe will add 40 and change to their plus total.
All right, Jason, I'm back. I had to find more batteries. Going through batteries like a thirsty person in the desert goes through water.
232 for Caroline Lagrange. So Lagrange and Howe are now at plus 132.
And that puts them pretty close to Asbady and Hulsenberg. They are at plus 138. 2 games to go. Didn't get the final score on Rodriguez and Restrepo. My batteries went dead before I could give it to you here. They shot 524. And, wow, that puts them at, is that right? 278 over.
Wow.
Yeah, plus 95 for Rocio, plus 183 for Maria Rodriguez.
Rocio got to plus 95 with a 150 game to start things off.
Yeah, she shot 268. I think she shot 240 the last game, too. So they're both bowling really good, and it's going to be tough to beat.
Very interesting. If you're just joining us, you're watching Bowl TV's live coverage of the PABCON Championships live from Las Vegas. We're at Sunset Station. It's a strike zone. I'm Jason Overstreet. Lucas Wiseman out roaming around, checking scores. We are about to begin game number 5. 5 of 6 games here in the women's doubles, and it is total pinfall to determine the medals. And that is why these scoring totals are so critical. We'll have coverage for you here on Bowl TV of the PABCON Championships all the way through Saturday. Trios tomorrow, then team event Thursday and Friday, and the Masters match play on Saturday. We're glad to have you with us. This coverage brought to you compliments of the United States Bowling Congress and USBC's membership. Thank you to all of the USBC members who are watching. It is because you certify your leagues that we're able to have Bowl TV and provide this service. Know that fall leagues are getting started soon. So when you go to bowl a league this fall, insist that your competition is USBC certified. One of the contending teams are in front of us, the Marcano sisters. Karen will get things started. Striking fashion. Marcanos are plus 114, it looks like, if I can read that correctly. In the hunt, but a little off the pace. Don't think there are any others of the teams atop the leaderboard that are on our featured pair at the moment.
Well, it looks like Restrepo and Rodriguez made the turn to the high end.
Yes, they're off to my right now.
And we probably will have them on for the last game, I would guess. And it looks like they're going to be the ones to beat. We've had so much drama here this week so far. The way things are going right now, they're running away with it. May not be very close down the stretch. I mean, they're, I would say, at least 100 pins ahead of the field. Won't know for sure until we see the standings, but that's what it's looking like. Might be 120 ahead of the field.
We'll keep an eye out, and I think we'll be able to easily track what they're doing off to our right. We don't have a great camera angle on them, but should be able to see their scores.
And Rocio just threw a double to start. And Maria struck as well.
Yes, they continuing to be hot. Well, we said at the beginning they could be a team to watch. It just looked like Rocio was in a funk in game one when we had her on the featured pair, but as soon as she got away from us, boy, she's really gotten to a groove, and Maria has not let up at all.
Yeah, Rocio's games today, 159, 224, 244, and 268. For Maria Rodriguez, 268, 267, 192, and 256.
Wow.
Doesn't really surprise me, though, because we talked about Team USA and Hulsenberg and Asbady liking the long pattern. Both those players like the long as well. The rate things are going, it's going to be a race for the silver, not for the gold.
Well, in this format, that's in some ways more the norm than, but we've been spoiled with how close things have been in the first day of singles and men's doubles earlier today.
Well, the good news is at least we'll get to see Rocio and Maria in the last game. They will be on the featured pair, and it may be nothing more than a victory lap, but at least we'll get to watch the gold medalists in the last game, potentially. Not over yet, but results coming in right now. Thank you.
Rocio.
Yeah, they're at plus 278, and second place is Zetter and Lomili at plus 163. So it's a 115 pin lead for the Colombians. Rocio left a single pin in the third. Third place is Santiago and Ayala of Puerto Rico at plus 161. Asbady and Hulsenberg in fourth at plus 138. Howe and Lagrange in fifth for Canada, plus 132. Ernest and Nation for Team USA at plus 119. The Marcano sisters at plus 114. Monzon and Granda from Guatemala, they are at plus 86. And Plahowski and Johnson have moved up to ninth place at plus 85. $115 pin lead for the Colombians. Just don't know that anybody's going to overcome that, although Maria just left a split in the third.
Team USA's pairs are all lurking, but right now out of the medal.
Yep, Team USA 4th, 6th, and 9th so far. And they are updating the scores on bull.com after each game. And right now the scores are updated after 3 games. So you can check that out if you so desire. I'm sure the Game 4 update will be coming soon.
Rodriguez. She continues to strike.
Yeah, rebounds after the open in the 3rd frame. They've got a little bit of a cushion, so they can afford to not strike every frame, but they certainly should be looking to fill as many frames as they can with spares or strikes. Samantha Howe and Caroline Lagrange have both started with the front 4 for Canada. That's important because they're in 5th place.
As we've seen before, you can take anything for granted here. Teams will frequently make big runs in that last game.
And the Colombians also battling with having to make that move from the low end to the high end. And although it may not have had too much of an impact on them, they both started with a double, so maybe the pair's not too different than what they experienced down on the low end.
Alicia Wong with a good break there for Team Canada.
I think there's going to be a lot of watch here down the stretch, although it's going to be a little challenging. I think that we're going to have a lot of teams in the medal contention going into the final game. Because right now you've got between 2nd and 7th place only about, let's see here, 49 pins separating 2nd from 7th.
Yeah, I think
it's pretty tight.
You're right, Lucas, from the way things are shaping out. Colombia could run away with the gold, and the question will be who from the rest of the pack ends up being able to grab those other 2 medals.
Well, right now, Howe and Lagrange are really making a push. They both have the front 5, and if they come out here and they pop a 550 game, all of a sudden Columbia, they may not have as big a cushion. The Canadians could be right on their heels. You just don't know. It's hard. It's too early to tell.
Tell our audience bad luck for our camera placements because we have 2 of the 3 Canadian teams that we're looking at, but not the one that is making the big run.
Well, if they keep it going, we might be able to adjust the camera and at least get a wide shot of them. Keep an eye on it.
I think I'll try to make that adjustment now, Lucas.
Okay. Yeah, you might be able to get a wide shot. Jason does that. I want to remind you to follow USBC on Twitter, twitter.com/USBC. You can also find me on Twitter at Lucas_Wiseman. Send me a tweet. I'll be reading them while I'm walking around the bowling center here. Twitter.com/Lucas_Wiseman. You can also follow USBC on Facebook, facebook.com/USBC1. And I'm on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/LucasUSBC, Facebook.com/LucasUSBC. You can subscribe to my personal Facebook page at Facebook.com/LRWiseman. Jason's back. Were you able to get a wide shot of it there, Jason?
A little bit of a look.
Yeah, just in time for Samantha to get half the pins down. She got a 5 count.
So it looks like I'm going to have to adjust it again because unfortunately it slid a little bit over, so we weren't able to see the pins on that right lane. So poor adjustment on my part. We'll get that corrected momentarily. I would say fire the cameraman, but
then I would have
that
to do
would
work.
also involve firing the director and the play-by-play announcer too. So
That's
stand
right.
by.
Again, Restrepo and Rodriguez from Colombia leading the women's doubles with 2 games to go. Zetter and Lomeli of Mexico in second place, 115 pins off the lead. Santiago and Ayala of Puerto Rico in third. As Beatty and Holzenberg in fourth, and Howe and Lagrange in fifth. And Caroline Lagrange just left the 10 pin, so both Canadians failed to strike in the 6th. It's still a great start to the first half of this game for Team Canada.
And we're now able to see the pins on that pair with Lagrange and Howe, so be able to keep tabs on what they're doing throughout this game.
Someone just tweeted at me, wants to know any idea when the all-event scores for the men will be uploaded to bowl.com. I actually talked to Stephen Padilla about that a couple of minutes ago, and he's thinking that they will get updated this evening, so be on the lookout for that on bowl.com a little bit later tonight. Restrepo is strung together 3 strikes in a row for Colombia, so Rocio continuing to bowl well after the bad start to the event.
Karen runs it out, and it's a Greek church.
And again, the leaders, Restrepo and Rodriguez, will be on the featured pair, or one of our many featured pairs for the final game.
Lagrange, the left side of your screen now. Looks like the 10 pin did not get knocked out.
Yeah, she did that little clap. She does that little soft clap to herself. You know that she's left a 10 pin.
A good shot. Didn't get the break.
They're still bowling great, though. They're both in the 150s in the 6th frame.
Check out Restrepo. She's got 3 in a row.
Yeah, she's at 118 in the 5th.
Usually don't need to see the pins to know if Rocio strikes.
Coming up light on that one. I don't think it went, though. I think it was a 2-pin.
That would be no strike.
Yeah, 2-pin, looks like. We know the Canadians, if they can finish off this game the last 3 frames, they can go 275, 268. And that would be outstanding. And that would really put them not only in the hunt for a medal, but within striking distance of the Colombians. But they're going to need a lot of strikes down the stretch.
As always, we have to be careful not to get ahead of ourselves as much as Colombians are putting up a big number. Not so much distance that can quite count their gold yet.
Definitely not. I mean, it looks likely at this point, but not certain. They still have a lot of work to do. They know it too. They're definitely not overconfident. Maria just doubled heading into the 9th. So she can shoot 245 this game, and Rocio can shoot 247. So they are still doing very well. And I think if they go 100 or 90 plus over this game, that's going to be real tough for anybody to catch them, but certainly not out of the question. Walk down to the low end now that they're starting to get towards the later stages of the game and see if I can see how some of the other contenders are doing. Mexico, Zetter and Lomili are bowling well this game. They still have 3 frames to go, but Zetter can max at 227. I'm sorry, at 217, and Ileana can shoot 279. So they are hanging in there. Puerto Rico, things not quite as good for them. Their max scores are 200 and 212. So it's going to be tough for them to hang in there with Canada and Colombia. They're giving back some of the pins. Heading down towards Team USA now. And things not going very well for Holzenberg and Asbeidi. Looks like Deandra missed a single pin in the 5th. And now heading into the 8th frame, Deandra's max score is only 218. Leanne has not doubled this game, but still has room to shoot 230. Make it 240 if Leanne strikes out with 7th on. Josie Ernest already in the 10th frame, can max at 215, and Stephanie Nation can max at 216. Liz Johnson and Shannon Plahowski shot 381, so that's not good. So things not going particularly well here in Game 5 for Team USA.
So I just saw Rocio Restrepo throw in the 10th, and that was a double. She can get to the 240s.
Yeah, based on what I'm seeing, it sure seems like it might be a two-team race for the gold. Colombia way out, and Canada, if they can close strong in this last game, in this 5th game, they could still have an outside shot, but nobody else making a move. I mean, this is going to be Colombia's to lose.
Got the camera back over to the Canadian pair. Caroline Lagrange is just left of your screen. She'll be on the left lane.
She can max at 268.
We'll go
Samantha
back
Howe
as soon as she gets on the approach. I've got Restrepo throwing first.
Samantha Howe can max at 254. Rocio left a 5-pin, it looks like. Or maybe it's a 2-pin.
Back over to Caroline.
Well, it looks like Maria Rodriguez left it open. I don't know if you mentioned that in the 9th frame.
So 210, Maria's max score.
So their max is going to be plus 46 this game, which is a big difference from what it was a couple of frames ago. They could have gone 90 over. Instead, they're going to go, best case scenario, about 45 over. It's amazing how quick it can change. That may open the door a little bit for Canada if they can close strong. Canada is 140 back of first going into this game. So they have a lot of ground to make up. But they can still go 54 and 68 this game. So that'd be 132 over. And they would pick up about 90 pins or so on Colombia.
Maria Rodriguez strikes first shot in the 10th.
And Colombia ahead of them by 140. So I think worst case scenario, Colombia is still ahead by 50 going into the last game.
Frame for Howe.
Maria Rodriguez left a 10-pin on her second shot in the 10th.
She carries.
This is a big 10th frame for Canada, because the Colombians are going to shoot plus 36.
As Lucas mentioned, 254, 268 potential for the Canadians, so an opportunity to really take a bite out of that lead that Colombia has. This is game number 5 of 6. As we've been saying, it's just total pins to determine gold, silver, and bronze. This is the doubles event here at the PABCON Championships.
I think if my math is right, the Canadians, if they strike out here in the 10th frame, they would be down to Colombia by 54 going into the last game.
Far from an insurmountable lead.
No, definitely. Very close in doubles competition. If it was singles, I would say that that's, I feel a little more confident if I was Colombia, but 54 is not that much in doubles, and it's only 26 pins, 27 pins a person.
So a bucket there, second shot in the 10th for Howe. She covers that up. It'll be at 244.
So now they're looking at a 64-pin deficit going into the last game. And Canada will be on one of our featured pairs. They will be on camera 6, I believe, Jason, 37 and 38 for the last game.
And with Caroline Lagrange working on a strike from the 9th frame, this 10th frame for her is huge.
Well, the good news is, Jason, once again, we luck out and we're going to have the two teams that are right at the top on our featured pairs.
Meanwhile, the Marcano sisters were on a nice run before you see Alicia there. Very upset, just missed a 10-pin.
Yeah, they can still go plus 60 this game.
They were in position to really make a nice move the back half of that game.
They're in 7th place coming into this game and 164 pins out of the lead, so that'll still be down 130.
Here's Lagrange. First
Big
shot in the
shot.
10th.
10 pin. So that means they'll lose another 20. They're going to be down at least 84, I believe, going into the last game now. So that'll give Columbia a little bit of breathing room now. 84 is a lot different than 54. So I believe Columbia should have a lead of at least 84 pins going into the last game. We'll have to wait for the standings to come out.
Final shot for Felicia Wong. She shoots 202.
Lagrange with 6 on the fill. They shoot 487. So they'll be down about 80. About 80 or 90 going into the last game. That's what it looks like.
Meanwhile, for the Venezuelans, Karen Marcano split in the 10th, so she only shoots 197. And Alicia's first shot in the 10th is a strike. She can strike out for 234. lots of folks wanting a Mexico update. Just hang on. As soon as we know, we'll have more info. We'll let you know.
It's not looking good for Team USA down here. Deandra shot 174, and Leanne never doubled and is going to bowl a Dutch 200. So not looking promising for the U.S. to medal in the doubles event at this stage. Mexico is at plus 197. Plus 197 going into the last game. Ileana shot 247. Azarette shot 187. And to put that in context for you, Colombia is at plus 314, I believe. So Mexico more than about 115 pins behind Colombia.
So, Lucas, do you tentatively have Mexico in third?
I couldn't say that right now. I'm not sure.
Puerto Rico, potentially?
Yeah, there's too many other people that were in that. You had 7 or 8 teams that were close, so it's hard to say. We'll have to wait for the standings to come out here.
We think that it's Colombia, then Canada, but beyond that, it's tight.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. I think it's Colombia first, Canada second, and after that, I'm not sure.
So we have Puerto Rico in front of us. Mariana Ayala and Jessica Santiago. They are plus 130. So we'll see what they do. And then right next door, our leaders, Restrepo and Rodriguez from Colombia. There's Restrepo starting off. Gets the trip 4.
I think if Colombia can just shoot 440, 450 this game, that would lock it up. The Canadians are about plus 120 or so. Sorry, about 220.
Boy, are we getting lucky, or what are we going to have Mexico over on our other featured pair? Looks like it.
$219 over for Howe and Lagrange. Colombia is at plus 318. Sorry, 314. And Canada's at plus 219. So About a 95 pin lead for Columbia. I'm going to walk through and see if I see anybody else who's at 200 over or better.
Well, Lucas, we should be in great position here in Game 6 to show our Bowl TV audience a fantastic finish. We have many of the key contending teams here are all on camera.
Right, Azeret and Ileana of Mexico, they are at plus 197. Plus 197, so they are 22 pins behind Canada. And so we've got Colombia, Canada, and Mexico all on featured pairs for this last game.
Along with Puerto Rico.
And I'm just walking through the low end here to see if I see anybody else might be in contention. Yeah, I don't see anybody that's in the neighborhood of 200 over besides those other teams that we've mentioned already. At least walking the low end. I'm going to walk through one more time and see. Looking at the scores, I'm pretty sure Team USA would be just about out of medal contention unless they can have a big last game. They need to shoot an awful lot. Puerto Rico, Santiago and and Ayala, they are only at plus 130, so they are about 70 pins outside of third.
Not impossible, but need a big one.
Yeah, that's about what I'm seeing. I'm pretty sure that right now it's Colombia first, Canada second, Mexico third with one game left, and Colombia with a 95 pin lead going into this game. Of course, Rocio has started with a double. Maria goes spare strike.
We'll do our best to keep you up to date on all the action. Lucas will have to be pretty quick with the math. I don't know if you got a calculator with you.
Yeah, it's in my head. That's the only one I need.
There's Lagrange. Haven't seen too many misses from Mexico. I'm too far away to see their score, but they look like they're off to a good start.
Mexico. Spare double for Azeret and strike spare for Ileana.
All right. Okay, so Azeret doubles were what I saw. Didn't see what she did the first shot. Ileana. Ring 10.
Canada's off to an okay start. A double for Lagrange and spare strike single pin for Howe.
Shannon Puhowski, Team USA sharing the pair with Canada. But
she's minus 40 today.
Not feeling it.
Seems like a bad day for the lefties. Patrick Allen didn't do great this morning, and Puhowski not doing too well either.
Maria Rodriguez, double. So
Yeah, Columbia starting to pull away.
to put the pedal down. Rocio starts with 3 in a row, and Maria spare double. There's Clara.
Just got the updated standings. And it looks like everything I've been saying is correct. Restrepo and Rodriguez at plus 314. Howe and Lagrange at plus 219. Zetter and Lomili at plus 197. The Marcano sisters at plus 135. Santiago and Ayala at plus 130. Ernest and Nation in 6th place at plus 118, as Beatty and Holzenberg in 7th at plus 112. So Team USA could potentially still slip in for a medal, but a lot of work to do.
Now, I don't know if you can see Canada. I just saw off camera Lagrange strike. Did Hal strike as well?
Well, that was the 3rd frame, and Lagrange has 3 in a row now to start the game. And yeah, I think, and Samantha hasn't thrown a shot since we mentioned before. She's spare, strike, spare. Azarette has started spare, followed by 3 strikes in a row. Ileana strike, spare, spare, strike.
So, Lucas, it sounds like who's in 4th?
The Marcano sisters.
And how far out of 3rd are they?
62.
So it's...
But Mexico's bowling well, so it'd be hard for anybody to really catch them at this point if this holds course.
So we may be looking at our medalist teams here on our featured pairs in Game 6.
Rocio is up. I think she may give us a little fist pump if she strikes there again for the front 4. There it is, a double fist pump for little Roro.
She's really been bowling well.
Yeah, she got off to a bad start, but has been lighting it up since. After shooting 159 the first game, she's gotten to plus 131. So she's probably almost 200 over for the last 4 games, averaging almost 250 for the last 4. Just don't see Columbia backing down here. They're not coming back toward the field, which is good news for the Colombian fans out there. Oh, wait a minute. 7-10 split for Maria Jose Rodriguez, right in the pocket, too. That'll halt the momentum a bit. But like I said, they're ahead by so much they can afford a mistake here or there, but so that's not going to be a killer.
Caroline Lagrange keeps on struggling with that 10-pin.
Yeah, it's her first miss of the game, but she left a few of them last game for sure. And Samantha Howe is not able to really get anything going so far. She has not doubled, only 1 strike through 4 frames.
We have some of you in the chat asking for Puerto Rico update. Puerto Rico's not putting any significant strikes together. Santiago opened the first frame as no doubles, and Mariana's spares across the board. So Puerto Rico not making a run. If that changes, we will shoot on over and take a more close look at them.
kind of anticlimactic at this point, I think, at least in terms of the hunt for the gold. We've been spoiled the last few events, getting very tight competition down the stretch, and doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of drama here at this stage. Columbia is doing well, and the good news for Columbia is nobody behind them is really doing anything special.
Now it might be more of a battle for silver and bronze position.
That's kind of what it's looking like. I'm going to go down and check on the Marcano sisters and see what they're doing this game. They're kind of out of the mix all the way down on the low end, so easy to lose track of what they're doing. So we'll have to take a peek.
They had kind of lost a little bit of momentum the last game, but
they're still in medal contention, though.
And they're capable of getting hot and putting up a big game.
And they're doing pretty well. Karen started spare four-bagger, and her sister Alicia at strike spare double. So we should not forget about the Marcano sisters.
We made that mistake with Alicia in singles, and she ended up taking home the gold. So you're exactly right.
That's right. I'm not going to forget about them this time.
No.
Fool me once, but not again. If they keep striking down there, the Marcanos, it could be interesting for the bronze, and even for the silver. The silver could come into play here if the Canadians don't start stringing some strikes.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Game 6 of the women's doubles competition here. PABCON Championships, medals hanging in the balance here as we are heading down the home stretch. Second half of the game, every shot critical. Samantha Howell of Team Canada puts 10 in the pit. Canadians chasing the Colombians. Mexico also lurking. Venezuela not out of it as well. Team USA, after a strong performance on the men's side earlier today, taking 2 out of 3 medals, appears to be on the outside looking in here for the women's portion of the competition.
I don't know that the U.S. is completely out of the wood yet for a medal, but it's getting close to that point. I just don't see enough striking going on down here. Team USA women.
Greetings to Jonathan from Venezuela, checking in on the chat.
Hey, Jonathan. Update on Mexico. Azarette Zetter has 137 in the 6th frame with a spare in the 7th. Ileana with 99 in the 5th. and a strike in the 6th and the 7th frames. So they are doing well so far. Both players pretty solid, I think. Both clean at this stage.
Maria Rodriguez with a spare in the 6th. So 96th in the 5th for Maria, 127 in the 5th for Rocio. So Columbia not hurting themselves, but not putting up big scores thus far yet either.
I think Canada could still have an outside shot, but they really got to get their striking shoes on here. Samantha Howe up right now, working on a double. A little high, left a 4-pin. They really almost have to strike out at this point to have any legitimate chance of getting the gold. And even if they did strike out from this stage forward, they would need some help from Columbia. It doesn't sound like Columbia is giving them the help.
No, and Rocio just struck in the 7th while we were watching Canada and Mexico. Maria up now.
Maria's not having her best game here. Only 96 in the 5th, working on a spare 7th frame. That was a good.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah, high flush strike right there. Thought it might go a little high, but it held pocket for the strike. So the Colombians are holding their ground here. Rocio can max out at 267 this game, and Maria's max 236. And I said I thought if they shot 50 over, they would be in great shape, and so they are on pace to do that.
Another strike for Mexico. Now, it feels like Mexico is on a roll. I don't know if that's just because they're bowling with a little bit more energy.
I think every time you see them, they strike. But
maybe it's just luck of the switch.
Well, they're doing all right, but they're not lights out.
There's Lagrange.
They can go 247, 249. Yeah, Mexico can still go 96 over if they strike out in the 8th through the 10th frames. And I think that would definitely, almost certainly assure them of a medal, probably the bronze. Samantha Howe is up for Canada on lane 37. Looks pretty good.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a nice shot.
Jonathan asking about Venezuela. The Marcanos were in front of us last game, Jonathan, but they're a ways away now. We're keeping tabs on them. They have a shot at sneaking into the medal, but they have some work to do.
See what's going on. Don't want to lose track of those Marcano sisters. I don't see the string of strikes on the scoreboard anymore.
Here's Rocio. 8th frame. Fortunate to avoid the split. She goes high.
Marcanos are hanging in there. They have 3 frames left. Karen can shoot 269 and Alicia can shoot 258. So they're looking at a potential plus 120 this game. And that would narrow the gap with Mexico. But they are 40, 50, 62 pins back of 3rd. And I just don't see Mexico giving it back to them here. Mexico has a pretty big shot coming up, Jason. I don't know if you'll be able to take it or not. Not sure what's going on down there with the Colombians. But Ileana Lomili is up with a string of strikes here, 9th frame.
We've got it.
So this is a real big shot for the Mexicans. She's really deep, all the way against the ball return. And sliding at about 38. It's a great shot. The Mexicans are feeling it down here, especially after Lagrange left a split for an open in the 8th frame for Canada. And Caroline couldn't help but look over after the emotion from the Mexicans after that shot, because Canada is only 22 pins ahead of Mexico, and it looks like Mexico could sneak into the silver here if they finish strong.
I think Colombia is starting to feel pretty good. Maria's doubled.
Yeah,
They're in the 9th frame now, and see them starting to smile.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to locked up for Colombia at this stage. Oh, Azaret just left a split in the 10th. Disaster for Mexico in the final frame. And the way the Marcano sisters are going, that could potentially cost Mexico a medal. I'm going to go ahead and call it now, Jason. Colombia with the gold.
Rocio just struck in the 9th.
Oh, Azaret almost made the split. 2:04 for her, and she looks heartbroken. She can't believe it. Her partner, Ileana, can strike out for 249. That would put them at plus 43.
See how converting a spare for Canada.
Sorry, 250 plus 53 for Mexico if Ileana strikes out. This could come down to the Marcano sisters for the last medal.
You can just feel the tension watching it there for Mexico. Oh, what a carry. Over to Canada. Baby split for Caroline Lagrange.
Yeah, and it's looking like Team USA's Ernest and Nation are bowling a good game, but I just think that they're just going to be short. But it's not out of the question that they could still sneak in, but they would need a lot of help.
So here's the 10th frame now for Rocio Restrepo. She can double and just add a little icing on the cake.
Did she get the strike?
She did.
All right.
240 potential for Rocio. Back over for
Ileana got the double in the 10th. That's going to put her in the 240s. So Mexico looks like they'll go plus 53 this game. And that will put them at plus 250 overall. Lagrange did make the spare. Canada's max this game is plus 40. Plus 40 is their max. That would give them plus 259. So they both have to double in the 10th to pass Mexico, it looks like. Or to stay ahead of Mexico, I should say. Of course, we don't know what the Marcano sisters have done yet. We're going to have to head down there and check on them right after Canada
so
finishes
Mexico
up.
posts their score.
Yeah.
Now does Canada have a response?
It's plus 249 for Mexico. Canada. Howe gets the first one. Again, if my math is right, they need both players to double to stay ahead of Mexico.
come back and take a look at Rocio throw her final shot. It is a little bit light, but Rocio Restrepo puts up a terrific series here in the double. Shoots 246 this final game, hugs all around, as it appears that Columbia will take the gold. Back to Canada.
Oh, look at the 7 go late for Howe. I don't know if you had it, Jason, but
We did.
that is a big shot, and that keeps him in it. Mexican coach is, looks like his heart's about to stop down here. All right, while she's still in the fill, I'm going to go down and get an update on the Marcano sisters.
There's Maria Rodriguez in the 10th. She misses the head pin right, but will not matter. She's in good position.
Well, Alicia had an open down here. Karen is going to shoot a max score of 249. Alicia can shoot 216. That would be plus 65, and I don't believe that's enough. Yeah, that would only get them to plus 200, so they are out of medal contention.
All right, Howe strikes on the fill.
So I think that it has come down to this for Caroline Lagrange. She needs a double in the 10th for the silver, otherwise they will take the bronze, I believe. Although Ernest and Nation are going to go about 100 over this game. I don't think they're going to have enough room, though. Yeah, they're going to fall short by about 30 pins.
We'll be keeping an eye on Caroline Lagrange. We'll try to get back to also see the final shot for Maria Rodriguez. There it is. Hugs all around for Columbia.
Yeah, congratulations, Columbia. Caroline Lagrange is up right now, a double in the 10th for the silver for Canada. They know it, too. Needs the hook. Light hit, does not get the 10 to go. And it looks like it's going to be bronze for Canada. So I think based on what we know, it's Colombia with the gold, Mexico with the silver, and Canada with the bronze. Sure looks like it based on the reactions I'm seeing down here from Mexico. I believe they do know that they got the silver. Run down and see if we can talk to Rocio for a minute.
Rocio and Maria both putting on an outstanding performance.
Rocio Restrepo, congratulations on the gold. You got off to a really slow start in the first game. What turned around to help you get the momentum going the right direction today?
To be honest, I was really upset just because obviously I was too far right. I was fighting it. I just basically moved and I got really, like I got my blood going. Like Rick was about to just, okay, relax, you're okay, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? Yesterday I started too far left and today I just start too far right. So I don't hit it the first game or what. So basically I just moved and just tried to stay focused. And because Maria was doing so good, I felt like she had such a good reaction. I just needed to stay calm and positive to help her, and it obviously worked. So,
what does this mean for you guys to bring the gold medal home for Colombia?
It means a lot, especially for us to stay, for the government to stay paying us. They pay us every month, so this is a big win. Every year we come here, we do good, but we haven't won this gold medal. So obviously we're getting stronger, and the sponsorships that we have been getting the past few years have obviously helped.
Did you know the standings going into the last game? Did you know that you could kind of relax a little bit, but it was nice to have a little bit of a lead going into the final game?
I actually wasn't thinking on results. I was just focused on my execution. I just wanted to leave the day throwing it good and knowing that I helped my teammate. But I guess we were leading by a lot, so it was good to know. They told me on the 8th frame, you already won, just make up the most spins that you can for all events. So I was, okay, that's awesome.
Well, congratulations, Rocio. Good bowling today.
Thank you very much.
So congratulations to Colombia on the gold. Congratulations, of course, to Mexico and Canada as well for bringing home hardwares.
Got Maria Jose Rodriguez here. Maria, congratulations on the gold. You bowled really well today. Did you know coming in that you were really going to bowl well on the long pattern today?
Of course, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I like the long patterns. I usually bowl good on the long patterns. So I knew I had a chance. I knew we had a chance. I knew I could bowl good, but never thought I was going to bowl this good.
Lucas, tell Maria to turn around towards the camera. So
Jason wants you to look a little bit closer towards the camera. How much does this mean for Colombia in terms of, I know that some of your funding is based on bringing home gold medals. Is this a pretty big deal for you guys?
It's a pretty big deal. We have to win a medal in order to be in the committee every year. And since it's a gold, it's a lot better. Like, we're safe now, basically. It means a lot.
And Rocio got off to a little bit of a slow start the first game and only bowled a 150. Were you kind of nervous at that point, or were you guys still confident that you could come back and make a big run at it?
You know Rocio. She can always come back. She always bowls good. She was upset. She was mad. I was like, she will get it together. And she pulled it up.
Was it a little bit of a relief to be ahead by a little bit? Did you feel some pressure at the end, or did it feel a little bit easier towards the end?
I knew we had, you always want to make it easier for you. And since, after we shot the 500, 520 or whatever, I felt a little relief. And then we were just kind of bowling it, trying to get it 200s to something. And then with the last game, I didn't know what the other people shoot. And then they kind of told me. And I don't know.
Well, congratulations. Good luck in the trios tomorrow. Maria Jose Rodriguez and Rocio Restrepo win the gold medal in the women's doubles event here at the PABCON Adult Championships. We are going to see everybody back here tomorrow for the trios event coming up at 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. It'll be about noon on the East Coast, so please be sure to join us. Full results will be available in a little while here on bowl.com/PABCON2012. Again, bowl.com/PABCON2012. That's all for now here at Sunset Station. I'm Lucas Wiseman. Thanks to Jason Overstreet. We will see you back here tomorrow morning at Sunset Station. Have a good night, everybody. So